per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people. Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques. If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
From the islands of French Polynesia, we bring you a pearl cultivated in the South Pacific Ocean. These pearls are expertly cared for by our skilled specialists all year round. Tahitian pearls on average take 2 years to form. They show a deep, lustrous quality, and the colour can vary to include overtones of green, pinks and blues. Pearls from this region are some of the best the South Pacific can offer. Don't miss our Tahitian pearl collection.
Hello, welcome back. I'm Lara de-Leuw, and today we've had a few themes today, haven't we? Well, this theme is out of Africa, so we've got a bit of a safari feel going on. And today I'm joined by the gorgeous Gemma.
Hello.
Hello, my darling.
I was going to say good morning then. I'm a bit behind.
I was about to say it is morning, but it's not,
no,
is
it's
it?
Not. No.
Oh. We're both clearly.
Anyway, hello.
I think we're on African time. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
There we are. We're on African time. It's a good excuse. Your jewellery is absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
I've said that before, though. It's amazing. When you see it, you're just going to fall over yourself. It's absolutely incredible, gorgeous. Today is going to be fantastic. I've got 4 hours of the most amazing deals, including, Zina's already promoted it for me, brand new gemstone. It's big, it's huge. I've been waiting to launch this gemstone for a very long time. I've actually seen the rough. Way back when there was the big vault in the other place I used to work at, it was stacked high. There were big pieces of it, and it looked incredible then. To actually see it, I'm going to have to give you a heads up. I'm sorry, but to actually see it faceted in the flesh is stunning. Now this is Yarny's little baby. I don't know if you know Yarny. He's a little bit like Indiana Jones. I'm not going to lie, he always reminds me, I've met him a couple of times, and he does remind me of Indiana Jones. He's kind of got all these adventures and that. One day when you meet him, you'll see what I mean. He's very charismatic, and he does sort of wander around sort of dressed almost like Indiana Jones as well. He's very much, if you've thought of a stereotypical gem hunter or treasure seeker,
that's him.
That is Yarny.
Oh, I want to meet him now.
He's fantastic, and he's got so many stories to tell as well. He's fantastic to listen to. I'll tell you one, but I don't know if I can say it on air. It's quite entertaining, including about a little bug, like a little parasite that he ended up getting. I'll tell you that another time. I'll tell you that another time. It gets a little bit grim, but that's coming up later on at 3 o'clock. So definitely watch out for that. And of course, we've got the fantastic kits. I've also want to give you a bit of a heads up on another thing I'm very excited at. Now let's just get the heads up bit before I bring them over. Can you guess what they maybe are? So we're looking at magnesite, and I believe halite and black agate. I said magnesite, didn't I? How incredible are these? Oh, they are magnesite. There we are. See, I got it right. Oh dear, Phil's there telling me wrong. I got it right. Well, these are absolutely incredible. And of course, gemstone skulls have been in our culture for entire history's worth. I mean, it's centuries and centuries and centuries. It's supposed to be little in some countries, lucky. Now, whether they are or not, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're
I've
classed
never
as
heard
lucky
that.
skulls.
I've seen some amazing designs with them.
Yeah.
And
Oh, they look incredible.
They're very popular on, to sell. So
Yeah.
they're brilliant.
But whether they're lucky or not, it's lucky for me that I've got them today. It's going to be fab. Now, I have got two little items that I've not worked with before. These are your Kumahimo weights, and I've got two of them. I've got 50 grams and 100 grams. And these are to keep your Kumahimo, I can't even remember words that loud. Kumahimo. The Kumahimo taut. So it depends on how heavy and what kind of material you're working with and how heavy and lightweight they are. But you've got the 50 grams and you've got the 100 grams there as well. They're fab. Really fab. Have you worked with these before?
I've used them before, yeah. In a workshop, somebody sort of recommended them to me for wire work, which I hadn't even thought of. But when you're plaiting and doing things like that, they're really handy to have to just put a bit of tension on to see how it sits.
Oh, so you can use them for wires as well?
Yeah, I can't remember the technique she was using, but she said it was some sort of Celtic weave, and she'd used this weight in the piece and sort of recommended it to me. So I do actually have them, but I'm not a Kumahimo person, but not yet anyway. So I have them in preparation.
I've not tried Kumahimo properly yet. I've had a dabble, but
it's
not
so
fully.
impressive to look at.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's beautiful, yeah.
So whether you're doing Kumahimo or whether you're doing wire work, £11.90. That is fantastic. If you think about it, that is phenomenal because it's about £5.95 each. And you've got the two weights there as well, so the 50 grams and the 100 grams. So it depends on, really? What for the two? Oh my life. £4.95 for the two.
Oh, that's really great value, yeah.
£4.95 for the two. That's basically buy one, get one free. And is there a little bit extra over on that as well? I think there is, isn't there? Yeah, a pound off as well. £4.95. That is fantastic. You're getting both. I mean, I'll be quite happy with £4.95 for one. They are going really, really, really quickly. That's the thing. Back by popular demand, she says dropping one. They don't hang around very long when we do get them in. So if you want them, grab them. And how long has it been since they've been in? Couple of months. So that's it. We will put the order in, of course, as soon as they sell out, but who knows? It could be a month, it could be 2 months, it may even be 3 or 4 before we actually get them back. It depends on if the manufacturer has them in stock or how long it's going to take them to make as well. So grab them while you can. At £4.95, you can't go wrong, can you? Simply can't go wrong on that one. They are fantastic. I like the weightier one, actually.
Well, do you know why there's two different weights?
No.
Well, one, you can start with the heavier one, because when you do your work, especially beaded Kumahimo, you do your work, you start off and you need, you know, a lot of weight because it hasn't got any weight to it.
That's a good point, actually.
But then halfway through, you've got the weight of the gemstones, which is pulling down. So then you'd swap and use your lighter weight, because combined, the weight's the same, so you keep the same tension. So that's why you need to have the two.
That's genius. I never would have thought of that. I thought it was just down to sort of what material you're working with. I didn't really consider the weight of the gems.
I'm sure there's an element of that in it as well, you know, but definitely you can swap halfway through a design because the weight of the gemstones.
There we are, learn something new every day. I like that. Thank you very much.
That's all right. I learned that from Prue.
Hey, that is fab. They're reminding me. Oh, 40 have gone. Is that how many do we have left? Right, we only had 100 of them. 40 have now actually gone. Sissy in Oklahoma has messaged in. Hello, my darling. She says the small weight costs $12 here.
Wow.
Great job, JM. So there we are. $12 normally for one. £4.95 for two. That's why I love JM. I've got to say, after looking at various, I've done crafting for years and years and years, and I've done various different things. I've done knitting, I've done crochet, I've attempted. Wasn't very good at that. Did cross stitch. I've done lots and lots of different things, but you always find it's expensive to do. Hobbies can be very, very expensive. JM was one of the only places that I've ever found that actually make it affordable. Actually get to a point where you can actually get as much stuff as you want, practice, not worry about sort of damaging anything or making mistakes with things, because you know they're affordable and you can get more of them. That's the nice thing about it. And at £4.95, it's craft made affordable. That's what's so wonderful about it. There we are. Oh wow, Debbie in Bedfordshire's messaged in to say, small weight, the 50 gram one. Lowest price I found is £6.95. That's nice. Thank you for that one, Debbie, my darling. There we are. Right, I'm going to leave those there with you. Half of the stock now has gone, so keep dialing in for that one. I am going to start with a kit, which the jewellery is absolutely incredible when you see it. I do want to take him home because my second name means the lion.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's just kind of, oh my God, it's so cute, it's so cute, it's so beautiful. It's not just the lion though, I absolutely adore all of them. And I know you said the one with the pearls on, you want the kit again just to make that, don't you?
Yeah, I am in love with that piece, and it's very feminine and delicate for me, but I am absolutely in love with it. Yeah.
I love it. I do. Look at it, it's absolutely gorgeous.
See the diversity you can get in this kit as well. I mean,
so this is all from the same kit, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's, you know, there is so much diversity in there. And that's the beauty of having these kits. When they're put together like this, you can mix them all up, or you can use individually, and it's just a wonderful kit.
They are lush. Absolutely. I love what you've done with this one as well. Now, considering our theme is out of Africa, spot on.
Yeah,
absolutely spot on.
Yeah, it's
that
very
is
lionesque. It's like your own mane. You can wear a mane yourself.
Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really is. Love them. Now, let's see what is in the kit. Now, I'm going to bring over this. I've got to say, I love... Ooh. They feel amazing.
Aren't they lovely? So slinky.
I've never felt that. I know that sounds weird, but I've never felt anything quite like it before. Ooh.
It's almost like one of those encrusted fabrics, you know, the really heavy, sort of gemstone encrusted fabrics. Have you ever felt those really expensive ball gowns? That's how it feels, isn't it? It's so tactile.
I just wanted to, I know this is going to sound silly, but I just want to stroke it. That feels amazing. Please just sit for a little while when you get this kit and do that. Now, you're not just getting these though, you are also getting, if I can bring these over, some copper wire, which is the rose gold plated copper wire. You're also getting some soft wire as well. So all of this in the one set. And this is bullion wire, and you're actually getting 40 grams of the bullion wire. So that's a rose gold plated copper bullion wire, and it feels amazing. It really does. It's got spring to it as well.
Yeah, it's spring. It's a coil. It's a flat wire that's been coiled on a like a straight an oblong mandrel.
Okay.
So the straight wire gives it those lovely facets and the sharp look that, and then when it sort of uncoils slightly, when you take it from the mandrel, it makes that beautiful twisted helix.
I was going to say it looks like a DNA helix.
Yeah, I mean you can have a go at making it yourself. It would take you
I wouldn't
hours,
even want to attempt
and
it.
it would cost you a fortune. So yeah, it's gorgeous to have it like that.
I was going to say I can't imagine, because I did ask you if you'd actually done that or whether it came. The fact that it came like this is fantastic.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even attempt to. Not when you can get it, you know, in this quantity and the value we do it. So
absolutely. And you're not just getting these, of course, you are getting the rose gold wire as well. So you're getting the 10 metres of the 0.8 and also 10 metres of the 0.4. So you're getting those on top of that. And if that wasn't enough, you've also got the soft gold copper wire. And you're getting 10 metres each. 0.4, 0.8 and 1 mil. So you're getting all of those. Now, as I don't work with wire as often as I work with chain, I'm not very au fait with the different types. I know the gauges, but what's the difference between soft wire and normal wire?
It is, as it sounds, it's softer. Yeah, it's like it's been annealed differently, and this wire doesn't have the sort of top coat then, like that our other wires have, so it keeps its butter sort of soft. It's like it's just been annealed. If anybody's worked with, you know, soft metals when they've just been annealed, that's what it's like. It's really easy to use, really easy to manipulate.
Awesome. That's just taking me back to the last time we worked together and you doing the. That was amazing. That was amazing. I was so excited.
Yeah.
So excited. Now, am I okay to wander over?
Yes, come on over.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ready.
I've got to bring the price in first. Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself. There
Not
we are.
bad.
$37.70. How many? 10 have straight away gone, and there are those of you who have it in your basket as well. So do start checking those out. Now, $37.70 I think is fantastic for the amount that you're getting, and the bullion wire on its own is fab. How does this look though? $23.95. That I think is fantastic, considering how much you're getting, 10 metres of each, and then you're getting the soft wire, and then you're getting all the bullion wire as well. I'd be happy with the bullion wire for that, in fairness.
Yeah.
I can, yes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. 15 strands. Do you want me to measure them? Oh, they're all stretchy. Yeah, that's a good point. So they'll all be different sizes. Technically the same size, but they are stretchy. I love the feel.
Yeah, it's gorgeous to feel, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just can't get over just standing here stroking it. That's me done for the afternoon.
Understand.
That is fab. So how do you have to strengthen this at all?
No, if you wanted to keep it to keep it stable then when you wear it, then you need to be threading something through it so that it can't stretch.
Hold, yeah.
Yeah, because once it stretches, it doesn't have a memory, it doesn't spring back. So, sometimes you use that to your advantage. I make beads with it because you stretch it right out and then scrunch it all together. It makes lovely beads. So you can use it like in that way. But when I put it in a neckline piece, I'm going to thread a threading material that doesn't stretch through it to keep it together.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. I just might take this over there with me so I can just...
Bring it over, you can stroke it.
Sit and stroke it.
Keep you out of trouble.
Now, I'm going to take the other part of the kit over as well while I still cling on to this. I love this stuff. Absolutely love it. Right, let's move this over. So I've got another part to the kit as well, which I'm actually throwing all the way across the table, which is probably not a good thing. Dun, da, da, da.
Move him out of the way.
So the next part, thank you, my darling.
That's all right.
You are a star. Now, I'm going to have to put this down, otherwise. This is part of the first part of the kit. So the next part of the kit that we've got, you are getting... I love these pearls as well, and they go so beautifully with the rose gold.
Oh, they're just gorgeous.
They are fab, aren't they? So we're looking at all natural gemstones. Your pearls are natural colours, so that's why you've got the delicate, soft, beautiful pinks and the oranges. I suppose it's more peachy, isn't it? Peaches and the creams in there, they're all natural colours. You've got your spinel in there as well, which is, of course, is completely natural. And this is very exciting. This is zircon, natural zircon. It is very difficult to get natural zircon. Zircon is normally treated in some way, so to have that, it's phenomenal, really is. It's a collector of gemstones. That on its own is just going to be exquisite.
Yeah.
How is it to work with?
It's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous, and it's surprisingly easy to thread as well. The drill holes are great. It looks gorgeous. It's almost, it's like a cross, this one, between sunstone and opal, because there are some sort of opalescent, there is something opally about it. I can't quite explain what I mean, but it is absolutely gorgeous and so sparkly.
Well, the beauty of the sparkle-wise is zircon actually has fire like a diamond, so it splits the light, and it's doubly refractive as well, so it actually splits the light twice. So you get this amplification of brilliance, which is, and it is gorgeous. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah, it is. I originally put him in the lion, and then unfortunately the mane sort of covered up the detail, but it's all in his forehead.
Oh, I can see, yeah.
Little bits in his forehead and on the ends of his mane.
Yeah.
But,
See, it's tactile, it's beautiful. Sorry, I'm stroking your lion now on top of everything else.
He's purring, I can hear him.
Ah. Yeah,
I didn't make him any teeth, so you say.
A lion with no teeth, that's the type of lion that's good. It will gum you instead of bite you. Now, you've also got in this kit, you have got, the first time I bought them to you, Swarovski golden shadow beads, and they're, did you say rhombus? Very nice, mini rhombus, which actually, if I pop these in my hand for a moment, rhombus, I didn't know this until I started doing my gemology course. Rhombus is basically a shape with four sides. A four-sided rhomb. These are fab. Look how much brilliance you're getting with these. If you love sparkle, you're going to absolutely adore them.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
They are, aren't they?
Exquisite.
Look at the amount of sheen you get over the surface. They are just magic.
And they have great drill holes.
Oh, are they good to work with as well?
Yeah, you can get definitely a 0.8mm through them.
Oh wow, you can.
I'm thinking maybe even a 1mm. Yeah.
They're very clean drill holes as well. It's often you don't find them that clean.
Yeah, no, they're straight through. There's no discrepancies in there.
Yeah.
You
That's
know.
brilliant. Yeah, I'm just looking at all of them. They're really, all of them are beautifully done. You're also getting, on top of that, 150 gold-plated finding kit. So 150 pieces in total. You've got your head pins in 2 different sizes. You've got your spacers and your jump rings. You've also got chain in there as well. And of course your shepherd hook earrings and your little clasps. So 150 pieces in total. Also got the spacers in there as well. Oh, and your crimps. So that's a substantial amount actually for a kit. So don't forget, you're getting 3 strands of gemstones, and you're getting the Swarovski beads, and you're getting the 150 kit findings as well. All in one. Do you want to see the price? $39.75. See, again, that I think is absolutely fantastic.
Yep, it was a great price.
And if you think about the fact you've got the natural coloured pearls there, the zircon on its own, I mean, goodness knows how much that would be. That would be considerable on its own. Yeah. Then you've got a huge strand. Let me just see how long this one is. I'm afraid I'm going to have to do it in inches. Nearly 14 inches on the spinel. And, of course, the Swarovski.
Yeah. It's a great value. It's great value.
It really is, but we're not stopping there.
No, I know.
If it were just the strands, you would be paying £8.31 per strand. So basically, if you want to consider that, £8.31 per strand, and you've got the finding kit, and you've got the Swarovski as a bonus.
Can't go wrong.
Always like a bit of a bonus.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bit of a freebie there.
Fabulous value. I mean, the necklace I wouldn't sell for that price. You know, I'd sell maybe even twice that price. You know?
Exactly, exactly. How would you feel if you went into a shop and someone went, oh, have some Swarovski beads for free?
Oh yeah, I'd be very happy with that.
You wouldn't say no, would you? I certainly wouldn't.
Not.
You wouldn't go, oh no, actually, I don't think I can do that. I'd be like, yes, please.
And you look at, when I get the packs of Swarovski, I think, oh, they're very little packs, you know, and they're little beads in there, and you think that's not many. Oh no, you know. Yeah. And then you put it in your work, and they're so high impact that they seem to go on and on and on. And I even had one left. And I thought, wow.
Did you?
Yeah. I thought, you know what? I could just have one of those on a really fine chain. It would look lovely.
Yeah, it really would.
Look really classy. So that, you know, they do make such a big difference, even just using 1 or 2.
I mean, they almost look like champagne diamonds, don't they? With that gorgeous tone that you've got.
They are beautiful.
It is
so
magic.
pleased we've got them.
Yeah, me too. They are fab. Oh, they're so pretty. I love the faceting on them as well. That really helps with that sparkle.
Yeah, it's completely unique as well, that facet. You know, there's nowhere else does it, and I think that is why they are, you know, industry leaders really. That, you know, in crystals, the process is still a secret to this day, isn't it?
Yeah,
so, you know,
absolutely.
They're really beautiful.
They are stunning. I'm staring at them. I'm stroking the chains and I'm staring at the Swarovski. You're going to have me distracted for the most of the morning then?
That's right. That's right. I can feel.
You will. You'll have to in a minute as well. So what are you going to show us first then, my darling?
Right, I'm going to show you how to construct the lion, and we're going to get through as much of the lion as we can in this first hour.
Right, I'm going to move these out your way.
Yeah, good plan, good plan. Okay, so I've got the soft wire in the first kit, and I think it's the 0.8mm I'm using here. it was 0.8, wasn't it? In the wire.
Yeah, you did say 8.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you did anyway.
So it's 0.8 wire I've got here. It's so soft, it's hard to tell because it, you know,
It looks
it's
buttery.
not like our normal wires. Yeah, it is, and it's a beautiful colour as well. So to construct the lion, he's 3D, so I had to sort of work out how to make this a frame to weave into so that we get this solid look. So I can show you how I start and then how we construct the main features then. So what I've got here is 3 lengths of the 0.8mm wire and they're 12 inches in length. Now some of these will be too long, but instead of trying to work out which ones to keep long and which ones to keep short, I'll cut them all long and you can use them however you want. So then I'm going to take my flat nose pliers, I'm going to take that to the centre, or roughly the centre, of my 3 wires all together like this. And then I'm going to use the shape of my pliers to create some bends. So I'm going to use my pliers here, grip nice and firmly and push up against the side of the wire, of the pliers on one side. Put my pliers back in and then the same on the other side. So I'm effectively creating sort of an oblong end to each of these wires. We'll keep them nice and straight. So we've got now 3 shapes like this.
Did you have to draw it out, the line, or did you sort of already have an idea of how it was going to be?
Yeah, roughly had an idea. I didn't, yeah. I
You're genius.
had a first, you know, the first idea I had was maybe a little bit too simple.
Okay.
But I might bring that on another day, maybe a morning show where we get some time. It was a really nice, simple one. So I'll save that for another day. But this one I wanted something a bit more ornate for a mid-show. So there we've got our 3 pieces, and what we're going to do is we're going to join these together to make sort of a triangle centre. So you can take then your 0.4 wire. Let me see if I've got a bit cut off because there's my next bit already. So what you'll do is take your 0.4 wire and we're going to wrap these together. Okay, so we just basically just anchor the wire on to your first one. Actually, we need to do 2 together because we're going to join them all up. So get 2, start that again. Take that out a minute. This is fiddly, this first bit's fiddly, but once you've get past the first couple of wraps, it gets much easier. So we're going to join 2 together first. And hold them nice and tight. Pull the wire around just to get that started. Okay. And then we're going to take the wire across, add in the next one, and come around 2 wires together, 2 straight ones together. So if they're touching, they'll be wrapped together, okay? So we'll wrap that one in as well. This is the most fiddly bit, I promise. Okay, so that one gets wrapped in as well.
Yeah.
And then we join the 2 end ones together. So they come round to form a triangle shape, and those 2 get wrapped together too. Okay. And then you will carry on round, so then we'll straighten these up, and the best thing to do at this point, sorry if I'm wiggling around a bit, it's hard to keep hold of all this and show you at the same time, so
That's all right.
I'll try and show you as best I can. So we've got them all together, and a good thing to do now is because they want to twist over, because you know we haven't really directed them and how we want them to sit yet, so now we're going to go in and tell them where we want them to sit. So we go into each one, get the wires parallel to one another, and then just give those wires a little pinch and flatten them down, okay? And that's going to sort of direct how we want the wire to lie. You do that on each one. Pinch and pinch, okay? So that's sort of got them to sit down a bit more. And then you continue to wrap that sort of weave around about 4 or 5 times. I'm going to come to that stage that I've got prepped now, okay? Right, let's move here and it's easier for me to show you. Right, so I've got to this stage, I've gone around doing that same weave, so I'll show you once more whilst now it's all held and I don't have to keep wiggling around. Just keep that's the tail wire that I had at the beginning, so that we keep that out of the way for a minute. We'll use that later. And then this long wire that we've got to work with, I've kept it attached to the reel because the ends are open at the moment, we don't need it to thread it, so this is quite quick, this bit. So all we do is go in around the 2, if I've gone around to the next 2 that are joined together, around those, give it a pull, then to the next one, around, give it a pull, then to the next one, around, and to the next one. So it's as simple as that, this weave, and that builds up really quickly because there's no threading or anything, it just builds up. Okay, so our wires were all nice and straight and they were all sort of running down. If we'd have carried on, we'd created like a tube, a triangular tube. Yeah. But what we actually want to start doing now is creating the face of the lion. So we need to bend these wires into the sort of rough position or rough shape that we want the lion's face to form. So you see you've got this triangle section. So at that triangle section, I'm going to pull out, separate the two wires that are together and pull them out. And those are going to be the lion's sort of muzzle, the roundy bit, you know, the bit where the whiskers come from. So they're going to create that. So we're going to put that sort of shape in, just roughly. And then the centre ones that are run at the top of the triangle, the flat edge of the triangle, that's going to be his sort of forehead and nose. So we're going to pull those up slightly. Okay. And then these two here are just going to help us give us some definition sort of to shape the side of the face, and we're going to pop the eyes in this section too. Okay, so if I take that back and hold it like that, you see that rough shape. There you go, and if I move it, you can see it's starting to form.
Almost it's like a
3D.
Cat's mouth with whiskers.
If I turn into the side as well, you can see it's starting to form sort of a 3D shape as well. Okay, so then once you've got that basic shape sort of made, you can then carry on weaving, and this time you're going to go around every wire because there's no two together anymore. So you come around each wire, so wrap the wire around the next wire, and again this does build up nice and quickly around the wire, and the wire that goes across is always sitting on top of the wires. It doesn't go underneath at any time. Okay, so it's always sitting on the top. Is that making sense? Some weaves you go under, over. This one you're always taking a wire flat across the top and underneath the wire and back to the top. Okay, now when we come to this section here, this is his muzzle, his mouth here. We don't want to weave across there because we want that open, because that's the shape we need to leave. So what we're going to do is when we get to this end, we're going to come back on ourselves. Okay, but what you'll notice is when we come back on ourselves, the wire is underneath. So automatically when you come back, it's underneath. So what we're going to do is bring it up to the top again. Okay, and then round that leg so that your wires are on the top again. Around to the top, around, across the top, around, across the top. And I'll show you that movement again on this side. So we get to this side now, you come around, all the way around, and then instead of coming underneath, because the wire is now underneath, we're going to come up and over this one so that it's back on the top. Does that make sense, Lara?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that clear to you? If it's clear to you, it might just clear at home, hopefully.
Yeah.
So the wire's always going across the top, and you just keep carrying on with that weave until you've filled the space. Now, as you go...
It does build up quickly, like you said.
It really does, because weaving, part of the reason why weaving takes so long is because you have to thread your wire, but because these ends are open, you're just going in and out. Now, this section here, because it's a curve, there's more space to weave than there is here where it's a straight line.
Yeah.
So it takes more wire to come around here than here. So what we're going to do to counteract that is we're going to wrap 2 or 3 times, let's go 3 times around when we get to the mouth section before we start coming back. And that should help our weave stay even and neat.
Does that strengthen it as well?
It will certainly make the thickness of the wire at the bottom, along that area sort of stronger, and it will be much wider as well, But I think just wrapping in general will strengthen this. So again, we're back to the other side now, so we're going to go, if we've done 3 on one side, we'll make sure we do 3 on the other. 2, 3, and back. Again, bringing it up so it's back on the top, and round, and keep going. Okay, so I'm just going to get to this next section. So what we're going to do now is, as you're going, you'll notice the shape really taking its form. You know, it's really going to start sort of looking, you'll see the shape develop, and you may need to tweak these and move them around slightly to get the pattern, but just really keep an eye on that, because once you've done the weave, the distance between here and here is set by the wire. Yeah. So you can't really manipulate it too much once it's woven. So keep an eye on how that shape is sort of developing. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there and then show you how to do some of the other features. So we're going to pretend we've woven up a bit more.
Real.
Can I bring... Yeah, have you got something?
I've got a little...
Excellent.
Little addition to bring in, if that's okay.
Well, I'll do a little bit more then.
Real. Thank you.
For doing that. Okay, no worries.
So the first thing I've got for you is a rose gold wire mesh, which is a lovely little addition. I actually really... when it says rose gold, it's a really strong rose gold. Yeah. Which looks fab. No, I've not worked with wire mesh. How easy is this to work with?
Oh, wire mesh is lovely. It's a mix between a fabric and a wire. So you've got all the properties of each, which is great because it will sort of hold and crinkle and crunch like a wire, but it will be floaty and floppy like that lovely tactile.
See.
At the same time. So what gauge is that?
We are looking at a 1mm gauge.
Okay, so 1mm gauges are great for using neckline pieces, they're great for weaving with. In fact, you could do this weave with that. It would fill very quickly and give you a very dense look.
Brilliant. Now, did I hear you say, Phil, that it's on the DVD as well?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't actually hear you, hon.
This particular gauge.
There we are. You've actually done a DVD yourself. So if you have a look on the website and you need to see how it's done, there is actually a DVD which incorporates this as well. So it's going to be fab. It's a 1mm on this one, and you're getting 10 yards.
Go a very long way.
Today we're doing it for £2.95. That's really good, isn't it?
It's great value. Yeah, it's great value. And those that have been with us for a long time will know when we first got the mesh in, it was £8.
Really?
£8 per lot. We had different gauges, but this one you've got a smaller gauge but a much longer length, so it would have been around that price. Yeah, amazing.
There
Great
you go.
value.
How much does it work out? I want to say how much it work out per yard. It's like 29.5 pence per yard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually did the math on that one. I can actually say I actually did that without a calculator and everything. So it's great value, absolutely great value, and the colour is amazing. In fact, if I can just pop that next to the lion's head so you can actually see the difference in the tone. Look at this. So if you want a stronger rose gold, I think this one's really fabulous to work with. Not as many of those as I'd like, I'm afraid. It's phenomenal. Now, I'm going to leave those there with you, and I shall let you carry on.
Okay, great. Okay, so now we're going to put in some more shape. So I've got the jowls. That's what they are, isn't it?
Jowls, yeah,
that's
of course.
The word. I knew there was a word. So if we can have a look at my lion here, I can sort of get some of that mane out the way. You can see that these, if I move, I've stitched it in. So here's the bottom of his nose, which is this bit here. And it's here, and those two wires have spread to make the jowls that I've been talking about, that I've been working with, and then they come up, and they also then come in to make the eye, and then come back down to finish the jowl. Okay, so we can't really do that until we finish weaving, but we can bring that shape in ready. So that shape is going to come in ready there to make the eyes. Okay. Then we'd weave all that in, but we need to make sure that the jowls are sort of set in the right place. So they're going to come in here, all right? And you'd weave up to that point. So then they come in to make the eye shape. So we carry on weaving and we pop an eye in. So if we put an eye in now, we can do sort of one of the eyes.
And using the black spinel in the kit for the eyes?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to cut my wire now because obviously I need to thread on. Yep. So I'm going to thread on one of the black spinel, pop my eye in, sort of roughly here. So you're going to have to pretend that I've woven up already. So put my eye in roughly there and continue wrapping. So the popping the eye in would just be part of the process of you wrapping. So you'd just put that in amongst your weave, okay? So you put one eye in there, you'd carry on wrapping around the forehead. and then pop another eye in over here. Yeah, so another one go there. Let's put it in so that you can see what I'm on about. Another eye in. Oh, and the strand is graduated, so make sure you pick which ones you're going to have your eyes out first, because this strand is slightly graduated. Is it? Is this the one? No, sorry, I'm talking about. Yeah, it is. It's slightly graduated. So pick your eyes first.
Otherwise, it's one slightly lazy eye.
Yeah, yeah, which won't hurt, you know. But if you want to be really sort of precise, so there would be our eyes in there. Give that a wiggle to tighten that in a bit. There's our eyes. So if I show you how to make this eye shape, I'm gonna have to turn it to me, I'm afraid, so I can actually see. So this wire here will come from the jowels, will come around the eye, sort of, just curve it around, use the bead to sort of help you anchor that in position. And then you take your flat nose pliers, sort of where the corner, the inner corner of the eye would be, and you just hold onto the wire there. So there's the inner corner. So the point I'm making is at the lower part of my jaws of my pliers. So that's the bend point here. And then I'm going to bend that, put quite a nice sharp bend on there. Okay, so bend it up a bit further than you'd want it to go. So it's, it's a bit big. That bend's a bit big, really. But what I want to do is then put my pliers back in just onto that bend again and pull it down so it gives you that sort of eye shape. You see how that works there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll bring that wire round, all the way round then, down the nose, round the nose, so it comes down the muzzle, down the muzzle to there, and then we take the end and curl that in to make, sort of accentuate the jowls then. So we're going to pop round nose pliers in at the bottom, and turn loosely a spiral. So I'm just taking my pliers and just twisting my wrist, not much pressure, just twisting, and then position that sort of on the jowls there. Okay, so that would be the eye, how you create the eye. Yeah, and then I would stitch that in later when I come to put the bottom on. So you could just take a piece of wire and stitch that into place so it's not going to move. So there's your eye section.
Yeah.
Right, then to make the ear, I don't know if I can show you on this one.
Now while you're doing that, I'm just going to sneak in, as we've been talking about lion's eyes.
Okay.
I'm going to squeeze in a tiger's eye if that's okay.
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
There you go. Beautiful. I love tiger's eye. It's got an amazing effect. It's got a chatoyant effect, which is why it's called tiger's eye. Because actually, if you look at a picture of a tiger, that's pretty much the colour of a tiger's eye, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
and you've got that cat's eye effect, which is basically a line of light that goes across the surface of each and every single one of these gemstones, and you can see that there. It's always really nice to have them in the round because it shows off that optical quality a lot better than if it was, say, a flat or if it was in sort of an oblong or an octagon shape. Really? Okay, I've just been told where it's going to go. How many do you have? Because that's not going to be... Okay, that's all right then. I was going to say, at a price like that, 100 wouldn't be enough. We've got 269, thankfully. £3.95.
That's amazing.
That is ridiculously low. That is seriously ridiculously low. The quality of these is fantastic. I think it'd look beautiful, actually, with the lion itself.
It would. And you know, it goes with such a lot of gems. It's very neutral.
Yes.
I don't know about you. I grew up thinking it was such an expensive stone.
I did.
You know, and to see it at that price, it's almost like shattered my childhood.
I know, you have this
ideas.
little idea, don't you? £3.95, that is ridiculous. I mean, you could be going into a crystal store and buying a rough little piece of this for sort of £1-2, and you would get nowhere near as many as this. You wouldn't get the quality of this. You wouldn't get the chatoyancy anywhere near as good as this.
Nope.
And yet here for £3.95, you're getting an entire strand. That is massive. 250 carats worth of it as well.
Amazing.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I've got a tiger's eye set in gold.
Do you?
Yeah, for my nan.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
My dad's got a tiger's eye ring now as well.
Never ever tire of looking at it.
No, you can't. You can't. I think it's because of the chatoyant effect. It just...
Yeah.
It's so pretty. It's one of those gemstones you just can't help but fall in love with.
No. Yeah, and unisex, like you said. Your dad's got one.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. It's beautiful.
Right, my lovely. I'll go back to you there. Keep dialing in on that one.
Right. Okay. So now his little ear. We're going to make his ear.
Aww.
So it's nice and easy to work that out because it's basically the next wire in to use, and the ear sort of is level with his eye. So all we're going to do is, imagine again this was all woven, then we're going to bring this wire out, and I just pushing it out with my finger to make a curve. And then at the tip of the ear, we're just going to make it slightly pointed. They're a bit like lamb's ears. They're not pointy, but they're sort of got, you know, soft angles then. So just hold it so you get a bit of an angle going, and just pull the wire around so you get like a soft ear there. Okay.
It almost looks like he's wearing glasses. It's really sweet.
Yeah, he does at the moment, doesn't he? So there's his ear shape, okay, just roughly. And then this one here, this wire here that's left, well, once you finish weaving, when you've got your ear on the other side as well, they will come round underneath and just create the sort of chin of the lion. So they'll cross over and create the chin. And what I've done is wrapped them together, and then that's, as I've wrapped, I've stitched in this little, that part of the jowl that we made as well as we went along, so that helped tie everything in and make him quite solid. All right. Then at the end, I've wrapped his ear separately, so I've used a figure of 8 weave, and I've wrapped around and then sort of wrapped across to sort of fill his ear in. Okay. So if I show you after, if I just put this other ear in, if you've got something there.
I do.
I'm going to put the other ear shape in, and then I'm going to sort of bring my wire up to the top, and I can show you how to attach the main. And then I think you've got all the skills you need then to be able to do it, hopefully.
So we've just gone from a big tiger's eye. Now I'm going to bring you a itty tiger's eye. So these are 3mm rounds, and we've got 20 carats. I love these ones. I wasn't expecting to see them quite as small as these.
Gorgeous, aren't they?
Now I've got a message come through. I've gone and left my pad over there, haven't I? Thank you. You're a star, absolute star. Now, I've got Em from Northamptonshire who has said, growing up in South Africa, we used to just pick up tiger's eye rough stones whilst hiking in the mountains. Gorgeous stone, even in rough form. Yeah. I love that.
It is beautiful in rough. I've got a rough nugget.
Yeah,
chunky
I do
necklace.
as well,
It
yeah.
is gorgeous in the rough, yeah.
They are fab. Yeah. No, mine's, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a wedge. But it's got a really thick bit at the bottom, which has got no chatoyancy at all. And then you've got these layers
Yeah.
and then another thick bit at the top. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Gorgeous.
£1.95 for this. How does that sound? I love that sigh then.
A little bit nuts, really, isn't it? But
It's Africa Day, so it's got to be done. We can be nuts. We can be, I want to say macadamia nuts, but that's Australia, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different continent. Forget that. We're just bananas. Do you get them in Africa?
Bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh, I'm all lost now. I don't know.
Aren't bananas from like South America? Right, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Something. Jerky, beef jerky. It's not exactly the same. We're a little bit beef jerky here. We're a bit biltong, that's it. Biltong, that's the one. Oh dear. We're a little bit doolally, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
£1.95, gorgeous price, gorgeous. Dial in for that one. I'm going to go back to you as you make lots more sense than I do.
I don't know. Now I'm ever so concerned I don't actually know where bananas come from. That's upset me.
That's upset me as well.
I should know that.
We really should. I don't know. Please let us know where bananas
that's the
come
sort of
from.
thing we should know. It's bad, isn't it? These things that we eat, we don't even know where they come from.
I know banana trees walk. They move towards water. They don't actually stand up and walk, but they move. Their roots make them. No, they do genuinely move.
So they creep.
They creep. Normally, if you have a banana plantation, they tend to put blocks down to stop them wandering off. It's a little bit creepy, isn't it?
Yes. Okay. So if we imagine then we've got our head all woven, and how has that happened? Oh, I used the wrong one. Sorry, I've used the wrong one to make the ear, and I've ended up with 3 pieces at the top, but I should have 2, so let's pretend I haven't.
Yeah, you've got to.
Okay, So I've got these across the top, and I've also got the section between the ear and that would be just there. So I've got this 2 wires sticking up at the top, and I've got these sections here as well with the wires going across where I've woven. So across that section, and that section. Okay, so that's where I'm going to add in my mane. Okay, so this bit takes a bit of time. In fact, it took longer than I anticipated, but I think the effect is ever so worth it. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut lots of lengths, and I find that when I'm doing things like this, I like to do all one stage, then all the next stage. Yeah. So what I've done is I've cut lots of lengths of my 0.4 wire, and I've taken them and added them in to the top wire of your weave. So that top wire of your weave is in there. I take these wires in, around, and just one wrap around just to secure it in. So I do lots and lots of those. So as many as you can sort of fit in that section. So if I've got one there and I can add another one, let's do one more. So this time, take a bit of this wire. And don't forget, you can choose which colour wires you use as well, because you've got the antique, you've got the rose gold as well.
Of course, yeah.
So great, these are great for all your scraps of wire as well, because you know if you've got little scraps and offcuts left on your table from weaving or from other projects, then this is great because it's going to be covered up anyway. So we just add them all in like that, and just add as many into that section as you like. And I would say, I don't know how many I've got, it's hard to count because they all nestle in so nicely, but I would say I've got at least 5 pairs, so 10 wires sticking up for this section. Then I'm going to take our bullion wire, and again, this is what I then took my bullion wire and I just cut it. So I just randomly cut it into lots of lengths, and I deliberately did it like this so that I created a random mane rather than having it all the same and quite symmetrical. I didn't want that. So if you do it like this, it sort of takes that away from that sort of decision making as you go away from you. So there's some sections there for me to use, and I'll randomly pick them up, pop one onto a wire, just pop that one on.
Oh, I see, and then you can actually mould the wire to shape the, I want to say the tendril, it's not the right word.
The mane.
The mane.
His hair. So that goes through, you pop it right down to the bottom, and then you can take one of your gorgeous little zircons onto the end of the wire. So if I pop one onto the end there, and then just push it nice and firmly to make sure that that coil is very tight. Hold on to the gemstone, double the wire back on itself, and just wrap that round. Don't worry too much about where it wraps, because it sort of nestles into that coil anyway. Okay, and then trim off your excess and tuck in your ends. All right, and that's how you form the mane. So then once you've got all your mane in, you can then sort of manipulate it, tuck it behind the ear, over the ear, wherever you want it to go. And I've left some really nice long ones so that I can bring it all the way down and then into a point at the bottom, so that they are then sort of positioned and hooked in to one another to bring your eye down and lead that design.
Oh, it's amazing.
So, one more bit that you'll need to know is just adding in the nose. So you see I left that tail at the beginning. I think that's the last bit you need to know.
Yep.
A tail at the beginning, so it's in the centre on the little triangular shape you have there. Thread on one of your gemstones and just pop him in and just attach him the other side. So just take that wire across to the other side, thread it through. There you go, and he's positioned there. You can just then secure that wire off by wrapping it around a few times.
That is brilliant. Thank you very much for that, my lovely.
You're very welcome.
So that is how you do it. And of course, there's still some of the kit remaining. It is now, though, time for the star buy. So don't go anywhere. Sit back, relax, and get your deal right here. Aren't these absolutely gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. Look at all the different cultures over the continents of the world, and you'll find lots of different versions of gemstone skulls. Sometimes they've been used for luck or various other reasons, and they just look amazing. They seriously look amazing. Really goth kind of feel to them as well, especially these ones. These are your black agates, and they are carved skulls. Great for the Day of the Dead. It's got that kind of feel to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Love, love, love these. Now, I've seen lots and lots of bracelets over the years which have had the plastic skulls. Wouldn't it be so much nicer to actually have real gemstones?
Yeah, absolutely. I know so many people that would just wear those, you know, and have them as a staple in their jewellery box.
Yeah.
Loads of people I know would wear those.
It's a go-to piece, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's one of those, like you said, a staple in the jewellery collection. Now, I've got some bad news for you. It's brand new, and there's only a tiny amount. 85. Now, the last time you saw skulls, I think they were clear quartz, weren't they? And they zoomed out. They zoomed out so quickly. Even Zena, when she took a look at these before she left, she went, oh, she had, I was going to say a pair. She had a strand of them, and they went. They are incredible. So to actually get that gorgeous black agate, perfect. There is only 85 of them. It is going to be a fantastic price. Grab them while you can before they're gone. Now, how many on a strand? Take a look at the price as well. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. That works out £1 a skull. £1 a skull. Could you get that elsewhere? If you went and bought these individually, would you be getting them for £1?
Absolutely not. And do you know what? They're bigger than any I've seen elsewhere as well.
Yeah, even the plastic ones are tiny.
Yeah.
They are amazing. Loads of you coming in for this one. I don't blame you. £14.95. Phenomenal, phenomenal price point. Grab them while you can. Only 85 chances in the entire building. When we'll get them back in again, I have no idea. Genuinely have no idea. It's the first time I've seen them. They're phenomenal. There we are. Some of the names coming on the screen there. Wendy's there, Caroline's there, Pauline's there, Shasha's there, Hazel's there, Carl's there as well. Lots of you taking more than one as well, which is fantastic. Collector in Merseyside's got 2, which is incredible. Absolutely incredible. All I can say is dial the number at the bottom of the screen if you haven't already done so. Done so. 0800 6444 655. Grab it while you can. They're just so blissful. And the look, I mean, I've got them on the side there, haven't I? I can't really see them properly. But there you go. I'd be tempted to get one of these on a pendant or earrings and just have done.
Yeah, just pop I'd like to make a little wirework skeleton to go with it.
Genius. Absolutely genius. Oh, and you get it in time for Halloween as well.
Yeah, I've just booked a Halloween weekend actually.
Have you?
Well, I haven't actually booked it, but I'm going to.
Oh,
so we'll need Halloween jewellery.
Oh, very nice. Now, I've just been informed half of the stock has been allocated. So if you haven't already done so, grab it. Grab it while you can. I would be tempted as well. I'd be tempted to get 2 of these. And I would do the bracelet. Yeah. The stretchy bracelet. What was it I had the other day? It was a key ring. And it was kind of, you know, when you've got that mystic eye. Yeah. And then a little skull at the bottom.
Oh, right.
It was fab. It was fab. So all I can say is good luck on that one. Now, we have got 4 more hours of amazing deals. If you're loving this, I'm going to give you a sneaky peek of what's coming up in a moment, because right here we've got the magnet. Oh, that's so nice and cool. We've got the magnesite version. Looks a little bit like howlite, but it is magnesite. That is coming up after the break. So if you want to mix and match, then this is going to be perfect. And don't forget as well, this is the moment I've been waiting for, the launch of Aquapraise. It's a brand new gemstone. It's absolutely incredible. I'm very honoured to actually have met Yanni himself. He is a little bit like Indiana Jones. He's very charismatic, but the gemstone he found, I'm really pleased for him because it is absolutely stunning. 3 o'clock on the dot, that's coming up, so make sure you're tuning in for that one. And if you're wanting the magnesite skulls, they're coming up straight after the break. They're gorgeous. Now, can I just have a stock check quickly before we 15 left. That is it, I'm afraid. 15 chances remaining on this one. Final opportunity to get a hold of. Quite a few still have it in your baskets, so make sure you're checking out. Now sit back, relax, get yourself a brew, and I shall see you on the other side of this.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
Hello, welcome back. I'm Lara, de-Leuw, and this, of course, is the Jewellery Maker mid-show. Today, I am joined by the gorgeous Gemma. I wanted to sing to you then. I just thought it was after the lion. I think it's worth it.
Oh, thank you.
If you missed the lion, where were you? Where were you? It was absolutely incredible, stunning, stunning, and so you do such an amazing demonstration to show exactly how it's done as well. So perfect. Also, if you missed the demonstration, you may well have missed the skulls that came up earlier on. There's still about 3 of those left, possibly 2 or 1 now. But I have the magnesite versions. The white magnesite, very similar sort of in colour and structure to your howlite, which is of course white with the grey matrix. That's basically what you're getting here. It tends to have a darker matrix though. So as you can see, it's more of a richer grey that runs through. I do love the ones that have got the matrix, but I also love the ones that don't have much of it there at all. These are absolutely gorgeous. Look at this one. They would make fantastic key rings, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah,
They really would. Earrings. Could you make a ring out of one of these?
Yeah, absolutely. No problem at all.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, is that it? Right, I've just been informed. We did have 85 of the black ones. Unfortunately, I have, what was it, 55? There was 60, there's now 55. So grab them while you can. 320 carats this time. I am going to give you a heads up, they're going to be the same price. They are going to be the same price as the black ones. So for less than £30, you can get the 2. Which, in fact, I'm going to bring the black ones back in. Did we still have any left? Was there 1 or 2 left? Now, I don't know if there is any left, but they're at the bottom of the screen. So if you're quick enough and lucky enough, you might get some. All I can say is fingers crossed for you. But those are the 2 together. Would you mix and match them?
Yeah, I would absolutely put them together because from a distance, they just look like a monochrome, and then you can, get a bit closer and you'd see the detail. In fact, you could wear them one way so that they were very discreet. Yeah. And then you could flip them over and wear them the other way so that they were sort of
Yeah.
you know, impact and statement. So yeah, I would use them together, no problem.
I do like the idea of that. They are fab, and they're the type that you can just add to anything. Like we were saying, key rings, rings, earrings, necklace, bracelet, pendant.
All sorts, and they're great in macrame because they would sit
so
nicely, and that would also give you that opportunity to flip them and not have the skulls. You know, say, just, I don't know, say it wasn't appropriate somewhere, and you could just flip it over, and then when you leave, you flip it back the other way, and you've got your skulls out again.
That is brilliant. And I do believe we've got a message come through. Here we are from Danielle Jessica. I absolutely adore gemstone. Gemstone? Can't you tell I've got food on the brain again? Absolutely adore gemstone crystal skulls. I have a big collection of life-size gemstone skulls, so it's wonderful to see these skull beads. Put my teeth back in, goodness me. I'm trying to read things too quickly, that's the problem. I've also got, it was trying to sneak back in again there. See, even the graphics are having a little bit of a hiccup on that one. There we are. Now, heads up for you. Do you get it? Heads up. There's only 20 of these remaining, and that is it. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you at the moment with it in your baskets who have not yet checked out. So if all of you actually check those out, there'll only be a tiny, tiny, tiny amount left. They are fab though, aren't they?
They are gorgeous.
I do love the look of them and the way they've been carved as well. They're so delicate, the details that you're getting, but really strong at the same time.
They are, and you know, you can pick them out even further if you want to by popping some swelligant or something over the top. Just dry brush them with some swelligant, and then you'd pick out all that detail, maybe in gold or silver.
I've got a random fact for you about skulls.
Oh, go on then. We love random facts.
I think I've said this one before, but when I went to Portsmouth, we went to the Warrior and Victory. Also went to the Mary Rose as well, which was amazing. They had a little display, and it showed the skull and crossbones that they'd found, one of the Jolly Rogers. But apparently, if it was black, then they were merciful and they didn't kill people.
Okay.
But if it was red, they showed no mercy.
Oh.
So if you saw one with a red skull and crossbone on, you ain't going home. Can you imagine that? That would be absolutely petrifying, wouldn't it? I mean, it's scary enough to see a pirate there, but to actually see that, they actually had one as well on the display. It was a bit. Luckily, these are happy skulls. Now, they have nearly gone. 10 chances remaining on that one, so good luck. If you don't try this before, do try us now. 0800 644 655 is the number to be dialing, or of course you can go to the website, which is all the W's, JewelleryMaker.com. There we go. Now I'm going to move those ones on and bring to you a selection of seed beads of varying sizes. Now, do I have a little tray thing I can put? You got a little board? Sorry, that's it, I'm sending people off. Now, I have got huge ones here. I think these are the biggest ones I've actually seen. Thank you, my darling. You are amazing. Thank you, beautiful. Now, I've got loads of these, which is fab because they always go very, very quickly. But I've got to figure out which end this opens. One of these ends opens. Do you know what?
They're very often taped at the end.
They are. Right, they're taped at the end. I'm not even going to attempt to find it. You've actually got 1,370 beads. Thank you for warning me about the tape.
That's all right.
I thought I was getting weak and feeble.
No.
So you've actually got 750 of these, which are in the 3x2, which are the smallest ones. 380 of the 4x3mm and 240 of the 6x5mm. So you've got a gorgeous selection there. That's the biggest selection of your rondelle seed beads that I've seen. And the fact you're getting all different sizes, normally you have to buy them separately, don't you? So that's actually really quite nice.
Yeah, it is. It's good to have that graduation.
Oh yeah, of course. And they go on forever.
Yeah.
They really do. Now, altogether, they should be £34.85, which is a fantastic price point when you think about everything that you're getting. All those different graduations. I'm going to try and, if I pop them like that, you should be able to see the difference in sizes, actually. Now, we're going to do a doolally price, a cray-cray price. I kind of want to say a crayfish price. It's a little bit fishy. It's a mackerel.
Oh dear. I see you're well suited to Phil with your
The
crazy,
jokes get
with your crazy
worse.
names
They
and
really
kit
do.
names.
£17.95 for the lot. For the lot. So that is, how many did we say? 1,000 and... He's lost it. 1,340. 1,370, there we are. It's nice to know someone else can't do math as badly as I can't do math. It works out. He's saying it works out at 76 pence, but oh no, it doesn't, it doesn't. It actually works out at 0.76 pence per bead, so not even a penny a bead.
No.
Would you add that? So, you know, if you do right, this is how many hours I've done. This is the materials. Would you add that? How would you add that to the materials?
I would add it.
Yeah.
I would. But I'd probably add what it would cost full price, because chances are I wouldn't get it at that price again.
Good point.
So
Very good point.
you have to do it at the maximum price that you would get it at. And then what I would generally do is divide it up. So if I used a third of a strand, I'll use a third of the price, or a third of a tube, a third of the price.
Yeah.
So that's
Genius.
rather than counting them individually, I'd estimate. But
that's a good, and the fact that you're saying about if you got it at full price, because of course, if you have to replace them, you need to be able to replace them.
That's right. Yeah.
Never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
Genius. Again, learning something new. Loving it. Loads of you in on this one as well. It is a great stash builder. That's the way to put it, isn't it? Stash builder. It is a great stash builder.
Absolutely.
And you think about the graduation as well, and you can always use seed beads. That's the beauty of them. You can never go wrong with some seed beads.
There's only a few things I panic if I'm running out, and that is the spacer beads, so the 2 or the 4 mil usually, and shell sort of teardrops.
Oh,
and that's the 2 things. If I'm running low or running out, I'll start to panic, because they're my staples.
See, mine are the earring findings, because I use loads of those.
Yeah.
And the jump rings. And chain, I always run out of chain.
Yeah.
Always run out of chain.
I think I'm not in any danger of running out of chain. I think so I'm out of the panic yet.
You've got oodles and oodles.
I
Now, over a quarter of the stock has already gone on this one, so make sure you are checking those baskets out, because a lot of you are taking more than one, like Norma's actually got 2 there as well. It is a great addition to your kit. You can never go wrong, and everybody's going to have something different that they panic about. Like Gemma was saying, hers are the shell beads.
Yeah.
Little shell pairs.
Shell petal shapes.
Yeah. Mine is the earring backs, because they're the main things that I make, or chain, but you get that all the time. So these are also a big essential. Now, I just got a message come through from Bernadette, who says, you never have enough seed beads, and at that price, get them. It basically works out at £5.98 per tube. Now, we've been seeing tubes for about £7 to £9, haven't we? So if you think about that, £5.98, it's fab. And the big one's about £15. So you are getting an amazing, amazing deal on every single one of these tubes.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Now, I've got some wires. Now, don't forget, 3 p.m. in exactly 49 minutes and counting. I am so excited about this and so pleased about this. Now, I am going to let you know straight away, there are 81 chances. That is every last one that I have. I never expected to be able to bring you. I do actually feel really honoured about this. I've met the gentleman who found this gemstone, who is genius, absolute genius. Very, very entertaining individual, and very talented individual as well. He knows his gemstones and he's very passionate about them. To be able to bring you a new chalcedony, which is what this is, aquapraise is a chalcedony, it is incredible. Even Gemma's destroying the set with excitement.
That's what it was.
It is magical. It's coming up at 3 o'clock. There are only 85 chances. They are going to be gone. They are going to be gone. It is exquisite. Now, if you're loving your wire work, I did say I'm bringing some wires. I'm not bringing you the wires. I'm bringing you Gemma's perfect bundle. We have got bail makers of all the different sizes you could possibly imagine. So here we are. If I just... There we are. So we've got 1.5 and 2.5 millimetres. We've got 13 millimetres, 16 millimetres and 20 millimetres. We then got 2 mil, 3 mil, 4 mil, 6 mil, 8 mil and 10 mil in one. And then we've got 5, 7 and 10 all together. So there you go. I mean, what more would you want? That's pretty much everything, isn't it?
That's a great bundle. That's a great bundle to get, isn't it?
Yeah, cracking bundle.
Oh, there's loads in there I haven't got actually. Not loads, there's 2 sets in there that I haven't got.
How often do you use yours?
All the time. I got my staple tools that come with me everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're in there. The 6-step are in there.
Ah.
So yeah, my other ones are sort of kept at home, my workstation more often than not.
Yeah.
But I don't have those great big ones.
We're going to give you a price point now where you could have a set for your workstation and a set for on travel. Now, £32.80 is what they should be for the 4 of them.
Which is fabulous.
Which works out £7.95 a pair.
Which is exceptional value.
Yeah, wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it. Boy, I ain't stopping there.
Oh dear.
How about £17.95? Works out at £4.50 a pair. It's £4 something a pair. £4.50 a pair, there we are, £4.50 a pair. £17.95, £4.50 a pair. And we're not talking a pair on a tree either. That is absolutely amazing. When you think about, I said yesterday, the price of a sable paintbrush, if you're a watercolour artist, you could be doing what, £10, £15 upwards for a paintbrush. However, this is your bail making. This is a tool, it's an essential, it is gorgeous for £4.50 a pair.
So it's just a really great value.
It
I think
really
you
is.
would pay that price for all 4. Well, you're paying for all 4 for 1 pair.
Yeah.
Anywhere else.
You're a little bit jealous now on that one.
Just slightly, yeah, just slightly.
If there's any left over,
Yeah, I'll get some.
they are fab. They really are. The fact you've got so many different millimetre lengths and sizes in there. Lengths, not the right word, is it?
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't need any other mandrels because that would replace. You know, because I've got ring mandrels that I use to make rings on, but I also use them to make the larger rings and bails. And I've got the smaller mandrels to make this. I've got nail varnish pots to make this. So you get away with get rid of all that if you had that bundle there.
Now I'm going to ask a question in the regard of if there's new viewers who are watching who've never used these before, how would you use them and what do you use them for?
Okay, so in terms of the actual use and how you handle them like any other pair of pliers, and most of them are spring, got a sort of a spring handle.
I think there's one spotted one that doesn't.
Yeah.
There are 2 that do and 2 that don't.
Okay, well they just open and close like a normal pair of pliers. Mine got a spring in. I think some of them do have that sort of spring section. So they open and close like a normal pair of pliers. And you just position your wire or your weave, if you've done a weave, or your strip of metal in adjacent to the mandrel that you want to use, and you just turn them like you would a rhino's plier.
Yeah.
And the beauty of these is because they're stepped rather than graduated, you can get a consistent loop on the inside or the outside. So if you're using a strip to turn into a loop, it's going to be consistent rather than smaller one side, larger the other. So that's why they're irreplaceable really in terms of any other tools. You can't get the same effect with just your round nose pliers or anything. Yeah. So they're absolutely brilliant. And just for making jump rings.
Yeah.
Just 5 or 6 jump rings. You don't want to get your mandrels out. Just quickly do them with your pliers.
So you just wrap it around and then snip them all.
Yeah.
I suppose if you wanted, the gizmos, you can make the tight coils.
Yes.
I suppose with those, it would be smaller, obviously, but you could make the smaller, sort of wider coils as well, couldn't you?
Yeah, that's exactly what I use them for, rather than getting my gizmo out all the time. Which is setting it up, and also another tool to carry. I don't need to, especially with the 6-step. The multi ones. You've got 6 on there, all different sizes that you can use. So they're the most useful ones. Those the smaller 6-step. You will not once you've got them in your kit, you would not know what you did without them.
Yeah, I'm going to say as well, if you get those two, just the price on the screen for those two would be fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really would be, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
And gorgeous. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. It is a case that your tools do, no, I don't want to say define your jewellery because I don't think that's right, but it does help to create an even better finish, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, definitely. The thing with, I mean, you can use your nail varnish pots and things like that to get your larger loops, but you have to hold the nail varnish pot, you have to hold your work, you have to wrap it round manually. Yeah. It slips out. With these, you've got you know got your tension on your one hand, and then you just wrap with the other. And it's just so much easier and so consistent, neat, tidy. Yeah. And repeatable, you know. Yeah. So you can constantly repeat the same thing.
Oh, we've got David in Essex who's messaging. Hello, darling, how are you? Hi, Lara, Gemma and Bale pliers. See, I can't even read. I need my glasses on. Hi, Gemma. Hi, Lara, Gemma. The Bale pliers are really great for the complexities of wire work. Once you have them, they are great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that, David. Yeah. I wish I could read today. I don't know what it is. My eye is a bit... I have got eye strain in one eye and I can't see properly through it. It's not necessarily a good thing. Oh dear. They are fantastic. The 20 of these have already been allocated, so keep dialing in. They are very limited now on this one. I just want to bring, it keeps winking at me in the corner. It does keep winking at me. Look. This gemstone is the ultimate. If you only just tuned in, today I am launching a brand new gemstone. It is known as Aquapraise. It is, when I'm saying it's a new discovery, it's a really, 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 really new discovery. We're talking the last couple of years. That's it. It is that new. And we're very lucky here to know the actual gem hunter and gem finder himself. And he's been trying so hard for many years to find a new gemstone. And he's found it. He's absolutely found it. It's a new variety of chalcedony and it's gorgeous. It's known as Aquapraise. It's coming up with you in 40 minutes time. Now then, gonna leave those final few with you because I've got some ribbons. Gemma!
I love this ribbon.
I do. I love the colours, I've got to say. I absolutely adore the colours on these. They are absolutely gorgeous.
They are.
I do a lot of dressmaking, or I used to. I haven't done any dressmaking in a little while now. But I used to do a lot of dressmaking, especially when I had my theatre company. Ribbon was one of my favourites.
Oh, I know. I always love ribbon, actually. Yeah. Always. This is beautiful ribbon.
Feels incredible as well.
It does.
So these are, snow yarn. And you're getting 2 metres of your baby pink, 2 metres of your dusky pink. Well, they're all 60 millimetres as well in width. You're then getting 2 metres of hot pink, hot. Then you're getting 2 metres of ice blue, 2 metres of peach, and they are gorgeous. They are gorgeous. I love the fact you've got the different pinks, soft pinks, hot pinks, dusky pinks. They are magic. They feel incredible again, just the spring to them.
Yeah, I've never worked with such beautiful ribbon. And that's saying something. I used to work on the ribbon counter.
So, did you?
Yeah. So yeah, I do love my ribbons, and these are beautiful.
So how would you use these in your work?
Well, I've used them a lot in fascinators and things like that. So they just add so much impact because they've got that spring that you just noticed there. Yeah. When you make a bow, it holds beautifully, but it's not rigid like wire. So it's still got that little bit of movement. It's very lightweight, but it's got lots of impact. Yeah. And it's not shiny like silk, it's not matte like satin, it's got a bit of a mix of the two. It has
got a bit of both, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it does.
Just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And it burns really nicely. I know that sounds silly, but when you're doing millinery and things like that, you do tend to singe and burn so that you get shapes and
you're singeing and burning, lady.
Do like a bit of fire. But it also burns beautifully, so it means that you can make your flowers and then seal the edges with a flame or a hot knife. Yeah. And it will seal beautifully. So it's just lovely stuff.
Now together, these should be £29.75. which I think is fantastic, especially if you're getting 2 meters of each.
Yeah.
We were talking about ribbon yesterday, actually, and how much some ribbons can cost. And you go and you think, right, this is how much the material is going to cost, and this is how much and then the ribbon sometimes actually ends up costing far more than the material to make the dress or the outfit that you were going for. It's bananas. It works out at £5.95 a piece at the moment. So how, instead of £5.95 a piece, how do you feel about £2.99 a piece?
That would be wonderful. So that's less than £1.50 a metre.
Yeah, baby!
Which is exceptional value for
Yeah,
that. Really
absolutely.
is.
£14.95, half price, basically.
Yeah, brilliant. I would be getting that straight away. And if anybody's interested in making hats and using cinema and things like that, which would go beautifully with it, on Sunday I've got a show, and those would be ideal. So if you're interested in doing that, and you're planning on watching Sunday, these would be perfect to go in with that.
I'm actually away on Sunday. Is there anyone? Could you get someone to record it for me?
It'll be on YouTube.
Of course it will be.
You can watch it on YouTube.
Of course. I love you. How did I forget that? It is. It's going to be on YouTube. So if you do miss it on Sunday, get these anyway, and then look on YouTube and follow how to do it. I would love to do millinery.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah. I need to go on some courses again. I really do. It's been a while. I'm going to find out this month if I'm a gemologist. Full blown. Get my final grade this month.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, exciting.
I passed the first half.
Yeah.
Technically, I am already a gemologist, but not of the higher level. So this is when I find out if I did it.
I'm sure you have done really well.
I don't know. It was not easy. The questions were not fun. Gotta say that. If I've passed, it's going to be a 50-50 chance.
Really?
Genuinely don't have confidence that I've done it.
Ooh, I've got confidence in you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot, actually. But everyone came out of that exam going, no, don't think we've done it.
Oh.
Everybody, it was hard, it was tough. Loads of you going for this one, which is gorgeous. I love this dusky pink.
That's my favourite. Pop it with the blue. Look gorgeous together. Look at that.
They really do.
So nice.
Yeah, they are absolutely stunning. They are absolutely stunning. And I've got to say, I'm actually really, really loving this one as well. It's almost like a coral pink.
Yeah, it is. It's very coral, isn't it? And that means that will go with everybody's colouring as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what hair colour, what skin colour. It doesn't matter. That will go with whatever. The other thing is we got our lovely silk covered hairbands, and the range of colours we got in there match perfectly with these. Yeah. So if you want to just make the simplest headbands for sort of £15 each on a wedding table, you're paying probably about £2 to make it, if that, or £1.50 to make it.
Brilliant.
You'll get at least 4 bows out of each one of those.
That actually makes it really affordable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really does. I'm going to leave those there, so keep dialing in on that one. Oh, hello. I've got a sneaky that's just been handed to me. Kunzite. I love this stone.
Yeah, it's lovely. There's nothing like it, is there?
No, it's the only stone that I know of, out of all the stones, that glows in the dark. Only does it very lightly, very slightly. But what it does is you know how you have the garden lamps that you stick out and they've got the little solar panel at the top?
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have to ask you what that was called then for a moment. I did warn Gemma today, my brain's a little bit frazzled, isn't
mushy.
it? It's a little bit mushy. And I keep having to ask, what the thing that does the... I'll be great on that game where you can't actually describe the exact item. So the solar panels on top of the little lamps that you have sort of down your garden path, it does the same thing as that basically, whereas it absorbs the energy of the sunlight, and then when the sunlight goes away, it slowly releases it. So it does tend to have this little glow, this beautiful little resonance to it. And it's so beautiful because when it sort of twilight kicks in or the sun starts to set, it looks just as beautiful as when it was full sunlight. It is magic. It's an absolutely magic gemstone. It's from the spodumene family, which is not related to any other family, which makes it really unique, really individual. It's normally extremely expensive. Now, I have been cheeky and I have seen the price on this one. It is ridiculously low. It is not. I don't think we should be doing this, and I have already said that. £5.95 for kunzite. Go to any jewellers and ask how much kunzite should be. There's a challenge.
They're not going to say £5.95, are they?
No, no.
Oh, I picked it out earlier in the box. I went, wow, is that kunzite?
Yeah.
Because it's a beautiful example. The colour is spot on for me.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and Phil told me, I was like, that's silly.
How many did you say we
silly.
had again? Only 30. See, this is where he's being cruel to us.
Yeah.
This is where Phil's going, ha 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 ha. I'm going to take it ridiculously low and then only have 30 of them so they sell out. His words are, you've got to be cruel to be kind.
Yeah. I don't think we need that sort of incentive, do we?
No, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a message from Anita that's come through. Da, 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 da. It's not working today, is it? Oh, there it is. Anita in Cambridgeshire. Gemma ordered the ribbon for you. Where do I send it to you, Anita?
Oh, thanks, Anita. That's so kind.
Oh.
Oh. I have to send it here.
Yeah, what's our address? I don't know. Do you know, I come here most days now and I don't actually know the address.
Is it?
I just know how to get here.
Which Anita? I need to find Anita on Facebook.
Which Anita, Anita? Anita in Cambridgeshire.
Okay.
I don't...
Tell her to message me on Facebook. Tell her. I can tell you myself. Message me on Facebook, Anita. And I'll talk to you then. Thank you. That's great.
Hey, thank you, Anita, for that. How many are left of these? 20 chances remaining on this. Kristen's actually got 3 of them. £5.95. I'm surprised we've still got them. I am really surprised we've still got them. Kunzite is one of the most exquisite gemstones you can get. And the fact is, if you had this, if you are selling, making to sell, if you had this on your stall, who else is going to have it on their stall? You're not going to find many people who have kunzite, are you?
No, no, definitely not. You're going to stand out with that.
Yeah, it's one of the more unusual, one of the more, I want to say special, because it really is. It's a special gemstone, and it is magic. And just all you need is a little bit of it. A little bit goes a long way when you're dealing with kunzite.
I would have all that though.
Would you?
In fact, I might buy 2 and have at
just
that
make
price.
it really long.
That price, can you imagine that much kunzite glowing at night? That would be amazing.
I would be very jealous of that, actually.
You don't have to be. It's only £5.95.
I know, £5.95. Surprise we still have 20 left. Although we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you with it in your basket at the moment, and lots of you are taking more than one. David, hello, darling, you got yourself yours there as well. Well done to you. Gertrude's there in West Midlands. Well done to you. Carrie in Norfolk. Well done to you. Deborah in the West Midlands. Midlands. You've got one as well. Where do I come from originally? I come from the West Midlands. Stoke-on-Trent originally. Yeah, from Stoke-on-Trent. Oat cakes. I miss oat cakes. I'm not going to lie. They are, if you want a regional food, oat cakes are the dream. They're a little bit like a dish rag. Have you ever tried one?
A dish rag? No.
Not a dish rag. They're like a pancake, but not a pancake.
Oh.
Because you make them with oats, and it's a very distinctive taste that you get from them. But they are floppy like a pancake. It's not like an oat cake from Scotland.
Oh, no,
and you have them for breakfast or any time of the day. Actually, they're great any time of the day. I like them with sausage, mushrooms, and cheese.
Oh, they're a savoury thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, not sweet. Although some people do have them sweet, but that's a little bit sacrilegious on that one, I think.
How do you make them?
I don't actually know the exact recipe. Because it's one of those sort of secret recipes that have been handed down. Okay. You've got little oat cake shops around in the different 5 towns, say 5 towns, 6 towns really, of Stoke-on-Trent, and you've got lots of different tastes to them. They're great. Another message in from Deborah in Staffordshire. Yesterday was National Oat Cake Day. How did I miss it? Deb from Stoke. I'm doing the thumbs up because of that, and also doing the face down because I missed it.
Aww. National Oat Cake Day.
I know.
Wow. If it's national, it can't be a secret now. I'll have to find the recipe.
They do sell them in supermarkets, but they're not that great. They're not. You have to go to Stoke to have the real oat cakes because the ones in the supermarkets aren't the same. Now it is start buy time though, and it is going to be phenomenal. I have to bring you some oat cakes. It is. And I'm thinking about. That's what I'm thinking now. Oat cakes and cheese. It is start buy time. Are you ready for it? Are you steady for it? Let's go. Gemma actually has this as a challenge for the end of the show. Spinel. Oh, you're dealing with it already.
Yeah, I've got a ring.
You've already got a ring?
Yeah.
Whilst we've been chatting.
They're really easy to work with. Make rings. That's why I said to Phil, I have that because I can actually make something during the show because they're easy.
Oh,
do you want it over there?
That is impressive. I am absolutely in awe of. You have as well. She has actually made a ring already, and she's done the demo live. I mean, that's what, not even an hour.
No.
That's genius. That is absolutely genius. This is one of the challenges that was supposed to be at the end of the show, but she's done it in record-breaking time. That is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? So they are actually top drilled rounds. Mm. And you've only had to use one of them for this.
Yeah. I love them for rings.
Yeah.
Because you can never see where they're attached because they're at the bottom.
Good point.
You get that whole sort of surface of gemstone. So you can make lovely rings with them.
Yeah, see, I've always been nervous actually about using gemstones which have been drilled through for rings because I kind of go, how am I going to hide the hole?
Yeah, this is it. And you have to wrap really high up the stone, you lose some of the stone, or you have to tailor your design. But with these, it's just attached to the bottom, so you can really go to town, leave it really quite exposed.
They're exquisite, absolutely. I'm so impressed with that. I'm so impressed with how quickly you've done it as well. I'm going to wear it for a little bit, sorry. So you're getting the whole strand, 175 carats of it in total. They are all faceted fully over the entirety of the round. Almost like a little disco ball of light. That's the beauty of it. And actually to get this carat weight of spinel. Now we do have spinel quite frequently on this channel, so it is quite easy to think that it's easy to get a hold of. It actually isn't. Black spinel is not necessarily an easy gemstone to get a hold of. It's all down to our connections of who we actually deal with, is to be able to find and get and source the quantities that you're getting here. And it's one of the most exquisite gemstones you can get. I mean, take a look over the surface. Each and every single one of these. It is magic. Absolutely magic. 5 to 8 millimeters, and you're getting an 18 centimeter strand. Now I can't wait to see what Gemma's got in store for us for later on. We've already seen one of her amazing treats. Now, $19.95. Phenomenal, 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 phenomenal price. This would actually go really nice with the next kit that we've got coming up in my next hour, my 3 o'clock hour, which is the zebra kit. So it would go perfectly well with those. In fact, would you be able to incorporate that? You would, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I've got black spinel in that kit, so the two combined would be lovely, yeah.
So a little addition. Wait till you see the zebra kit. That's gorgeous as well. The quality of each and every single one of these spinels as well, it just dances.
Beautiful.
How would you... I'm just thinking of doing earrings, but I'd just be really boring and just thread them and have done. But how would you, if you were sort of like doing the wire work effect, how would you do them?
Well, you can make stud earrings with them.
Okay.
Because you could hide the drill hole.
Yeah.
The same, so you could make a little cup out of wire, or you could, buy some cups ready made and glue them in, or you can wire them in to a homemade sort of stud. I'll try and do some actually in the demo, in the kit later. Yeah. But also they'd be great. For example, with the wire that we had, I'm struggling now, it's catching.
What's it called?
The bullion wire.
Yes, I was going to say Borneo wire.
The bullion wire, you thread your 0.4 wire through the top of those.
Yes.
Give them a twist and thread on the bullion wire, and again you wouldn't see that, so it'd look like a whole ball hanging from the bottom, which would be lovely. You do that, gizmo coils, all sorts. There's so many ways you can use it.
Yeah, really do. They've got such a beautiful look to them as well, don't they? Because of course, the more surface area you've got, the more luster you get. And that's why this faceting actually works on this one really well, because you literally covered head to toe all the way through. It's magic. So keep dialing in on that one as well, and good luck. Good luck. Now, I'm going to bring you a little bundle. crashing waves. I like that. So you're getting 3 strands. Actually, it's like a lot more the way I've done it here, but 3 strands. They are considerably long strands. You've got 3, 6 and 7 3, 6 and 7 millimetre rounds. Now, this is what's wonderful about it. What kind of gemstone can you get of this kind of colour? Not even kyanite kind of gets that colour, does it? Not even sapphire reaches that kind of saturation. Unless you get the sort of highest quality sapphire. Normally it's a lot darker, isn't it? They are fab. They're absolutely fab. They are coloured quartz, of course. And they just look magic. They are absolutely magic.
Very twinkly.
They are twinkly as well. Again, it's down to the amount of faceting. Ooh. You've got faceting all the way around each and every single one of these. And again, it's very similar actually to the spinel. In fact, the spinel will go beautifully with this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's lovely. Black and blue together.
Now we're going to do a clearance price on this one. Just want to let you know, heads up straight away. Clearance price. 3 strands for £6.95. Now you would normally expect to see 1 strand for £6.95, wouldn't you? That is an average price point. And yet here, 3 strands, 250 carats, £6.95. Stash builder. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Just had a request as well from somebody asking for me to unwind one of the ribbons. It is 2 metres. So we're going to pop the information at the bottom of the screen so you can get. I'm not going to unwind the whole thing because it is 2 metres, but you'll get an idea of the fabric that's used. There you go. They go really nice with these gemstones.
Yeah.
So if you're after the ribbon, there's about 20 remaining. And they're at the bottom of the screen, so all the information's there. There you go, and the picture is working on the website as well, so there you go. So there it is. Now these are actually flying out at the moment. They're going, they're going, they're going.
What a surprise.
They're running out. Well, this is it. At a clearance price like that, £6.95. You can understand why, can't you?
Yeah.
They just do vanish very quickly at those kind of prices. And like I said, you normally expect to see one of the strands going for £6.95. So to get all of it, it is fab. It is absolutely fabulous. Loving the colour of it as well.
The colour's beautiful.
What other gemstones would you put with it? Because of course we just looked at the black spinel.
Yeah, I'd put black spinel with it. I'd put all those lovely spacer beads in that bundle earlier.
Yes,
they'd be great
yeah.
with those. Blue and silver's lovely.
Yeah.
But I put all sorts of colours with blue. It goes with all sorts.
I'm just wondering if this
coral
will go with it.
Absolutely.
Oh, what?
Yeah, if you're looking into colour, you know, pop. It makes it really bright and cheerful. That's great together.
Hello, summer.
But paler blues with it.
Yeah.
Darker
I've got some
blues.
aquamarine here actually, which I can pop with it.
So you could go tonal, couldn't you? Or you could go. That's a great mid blue actually. That you've the 3 strands is a great mid blue.
Yeah.
Because it's not too cold that you couldn't put it with your ice blues and your turquoises, but it's not. It's also could go with your purples and your pinks as well. So it's a good mid blue, isn't it? Some blues you wouldn't necessarily put with your warm colours.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right.
But
I was just having a nosy to see if there was any, but there isn't. In fact, I'm just going to see, out of curiosity, I don't know whether it will work, but see if the kunzite works with it. That's about as pinky purpley as I can go. Hello.
It does. Well, what that does is takes the purple edge out of the kunzite, doesn't it? It makes the kunzite more pink.
It does, yeah.
Because you know you've got the strength, but when you take that away, and that's how gemstones react. So you always have to put them together, put them with each other, just to have a look because they will influence each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but they're beautiful. They are beautiful. It's such a beautiful colour.
Yeah.
They're so popular. Blue is the most popular colour.
It is.
So you can't go wrong with blue.
I love it. And another random factoid for you. Blue was not a boy's colour. In Victorian England, blue was not a boy's colour, it was a girl's colour.
Oh, really?
And pink was a boy's colour.
Oh. Oh, wonder what happened to flip it round.
Yeah, I don't know why they flipped it around. I've got a book about the Victorian household, and that was one of the first things that was mentioned when it's talking about the nursery.
Wow, I'm really surprised.
They also used to dismantle the bed entirely, at least once a week, to clean it. Wow. And when I mean dismantle, I mean take the headboards off, all of it, the whole, just...
Mind you, they didn't have the same washing facilities we've got now, did they?
I've just heard in my ear. Say that again, Phil. I've just been informed a lady bought, off a well-known auction site, bought a deck chair for £3. When it turned up, she found out, because she thought it was a normal deck chair, apparently it was the Doll's House deck chair.
Where's that come from? There's random facts and there's very random facts.
It's random fact day today, so if you have any random facts, please do message them in. 60777 is the number to send your messages to us, and start the message with JM Studio. I want to know more random facts. Let's do it. Let's have a random fact day. Please do send your random facts in. I've given 2 already. 2 random facts. Right. It'll be interesting to see what comes back, actually.
I'm trying to think of some of my own.
You'll come up with it, you will, I know you will. It's one of those where when you put on the spot, you kind of go, ooh,
yeah.
ooh. Mm. Now, we got one straight away. Genius!
Oh no, what's happening?
Cows can't walk down the stairs. Cows also have 7 stomachs.
Yes.
There you go. Okay. Right, I'm going to bring the corals to you. I'm going to bring the corals. There we are. I'm trying to think of another random fact now. It'll come to me later on.
Crocodiles can't run in zigzags.
Say that again.
Crocodiles can't run in zigzags, so apparently if you're running away from a crocodile, you have to run in zigzags because they can't catch you.
Oh, of course, because they've got the...
Just in case you have to run from a crocodile.
Just in case. Tanya has actually messaged in to say pigs are unable to look up.
Oh.
Didn't know that one. There we are. So if you're getting chased by a crocodile running zigzags and pigs can't look up, so they are. If you're being chased by a pig, climb up a tree. So now I've got corals for you. Oh dear. We have beautiful, cool corals. Coral's a fantastic colour, isn't it? And you do get all kinds of different coloured corals. You can get yellows and all kinds of just different tones. But I love this particular one. It's almost, I want to say red. It's not quite red, it's not quite pink, and it's not quite orange. It's kind of a little amalgamation of all of them, isn't it?
Together, yeah. But there's nothing cool about it, though.
No, I was just thinking that. It's probably not the best name for it.
It's hot, hot, hot.
Spicy hot, hot.
Yes.
Do you know what? This reminds me of your flame, I want to say flame throwing.
It's like a Chinese whisper.
Yeah.
It gets more extreme every time. I'll be breathing flames next.
I can't remember how you say it now. Flame painting, isn't it?
Flame painting.
Yeah, flame painting. We did a bit of flame painting a few weeks ago. So now it's progressed to flame throwing. Flame breathing will be next. But you have that really sort of hot kind of feel for it. It's so unusual to get coral as well. You need to have it ethically sourced, and we do ethically source ours in every single way. So when you buy it with Jewellery Maker, you can get with confidence, which is lovely. You're looking at 3 and 5 millimetre rounds. It's 2 strands in total. Now the question is, how much? Because normally if you see coral, you're looking at a lot of money, aren't you? It's not easy to get a hold of. It has to be ethically sourced. Would you expect this price? Less than £3 a strand. Yeah, that's not normal.
No, it's not. Not at all.
That is not normal at all. £5.95, and you are getting one of the most difficult gems to source. You are getting one of the most difficult gems to source, and it is magic to actually be able to have them. It really is. If you can have coral in your collection, it is incredible. I mean, for a long time, I thought that the only coral that you could get was antique coral. and that was it, because it's so strict with getting and sourcing coral these days that most people just don't do it. So for us to have it and to be able to bring it to you, fabulous. Those prices as well, I'm shocked by the price that you're getting there. It is ridiculous low. If I had one of these strands, in fact if I had half of one of these strands at that price, I would be more than happy. More than happy.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
That is gorgeous.
I want to put that with wood.
Yes.
That's, you know, one of the gemstones that I put with wood, coral, always.
Love it. We've got another fact as well now.
I've gone then.
So Sue in London says there are more chickens than people in England.
Really?
Really? Really?
That's a good one. I got another one. It's not a fact, but that colour reminded me of it. A seagull the other day fell into a vat of madras, and it was had to
I did. I saw that.
Had to be rescued. It's actually that colour.
We got one from Kathy as well in Florida. Chewing gum while you cut an onion will help keep you from crying.
Ooh.
Does it work?
That's like, there's so many myths, isn't there?
I've
Put a
tried
spoon
loads
upside
of
down
them. Yeah, I've
in your
tried the
mouth.
sucking on the spoon. I've tried the goggles. None of it seems to work. So I'll be tempted with that.
Keep the end on.
Oh, this is an interesting one. A group of rats is known as a mischief.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
A group of crows is known as a, do you know?
No.
A murder.
Really?
Yeah, and of course my name's Crow, so when my brother and I go out, we say it's an attempted murder. 'Cause
That is genius. That is genius. I never knew that.
yeah, group of crows is called a murder.
Oh, apparently. Is that right? A group of owls is called a parliament.
Oh, wow.
I got another message as well from a anonymous customer. Random fact, when ants get drunk, they always fall on their right-hand side. How many times have you seen ants drunk? I don't know.
I'm going to try that at my next barbecue.
You just
Feed the ants and see what happens.
here. Let's see what happens. Oh dear,
dear.
that's going to make me cry.
Always
I
fall on their
didn't know
right
that.
side.
There we are. There we are. I'm trying to think of a random fact now. I can't think of one. I'm completely out. I've got loads of them, I'm sure. Some things will crop up later on. Now, I'm going to leave those there with you. First of all, I'm going to bring you some pins. Some eye pins. You don't get to see these outside of a kit, do you, really, very often? You get 100 of them. These I love. I absolutely love these. Now, these have actually never been on screen before. You are getting 100. I've only put a little handful on there. The rest are in here. There you go. So, rose gold plated copper eye pins. You've got 38 millimetres with an eye of 3 millimetres, and you're getting about 100.
Brilliant. Time savers.
Yep, another stash builder as well.
Yeah.
Definitely another stash builder. £2.95 for 100. That is phenomenal. You're looking at about 3p each, aren't you, really?
Yeah.
Which is nothing.
No, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I love these. I do love these. These are one of the things that always goes, not missing because I use them. But you know, we're talking about the kit when things can run out.
Yeah.
Head pins, eye pins.
Head pins and eye pins, yeah. They're the first to go, aren't they?
Yeah. Head pins, eye pins, and jump rings. They're always the first things to go for me. So already loads of that. It is at £2.95. That is a stash building piece. If you've already got loads of them, add some more. You can never have enough. There's always going to be a moment, especially in the lead up to Christmas, when you've got those presents to make, when you've got those little parties coming up, and you've got birthdays still coming up, and you've got special events still coming up. Still in wedding season as well, it's always ideal, especially with the rose gold plating on there. It adds that nice little finish to it, and it works so well with so many different gemstones. Blues go really nicely with the rose gold. Yellows do as well to some degree, don't they?
Sorry, that yellows
Yellows
with
go
rose.
with it,
Yeah.
Did you just say there's only 138? Only 138 days till Christmas. Yesterday, so it was only 4 paydays till Christmas.
Yeah, I was watching. That was painful.
That was painful.
But I have already started, so I'm okay.
I've not yet.
At the moment.
I should have done. I kind of did start and then went,
Well, no, at least I've started. The thing is that can then make me a bit complacent.
Yeah.
I think, I'm all right, I've started. There's actually only one present.
Well, I'm in an R-ing now whether to do Christmas this year.
No. Give it a miss.
Yeah, I'm thinking of giving it a miss. We've already had Mum going, well, you don't want to be doing Christmas this year, do you? Now, we've got another comment. Amanda says, when Queen Victoria was expecting a baby, she was... Oh, is this to do with the pink and the blue? Right. Okay, so when Queen Victoria was expecting a baby, she was sure it was going to be a boy, so she decorated the nursery pink. But she had a girl, so pink changed. That actually makes... But thank you, Amanda in Nottingham. So that is absolutely genius. I never knew that.
No, I didn't know that. That's quite remarkable, really.
Yeah.
Can hinge on just that one thing.
If Queen Victoria says it, then it will be so.
Absolutely.
Oh, that is genius. Yeah, that is genius. Perfect. So if you missed that one, we were talking about the fact that boy colour was actually originally pink, but we found out why it was changed to blue, and that's because Queen Victoria thought she was having a baby boy, so decorated the nursery pink, and it was actually a girl, so she officially changed it. So the girl colour was pink.
Well,
or maybe unofficially, I don't know. But there we are. There we are. Thank you very much for that. Now I'm going to squeeze one more in, which is Unikite, not unicorn. Although that would be lovely to be able to bring you a unicorn. That would be fab, actually.
Yeah. When I was making my zebra, I was thinking about, I could make a unicorn.
A unicorn zebra?
Yeah, only because I put his ear in the wrong place. It looked like a horn. I thought, this could be a unicorn.
Love it. Now I'm going to do something doolally on this one. We're going to be doolally all the way on this. How about a clearance price on Unikite, not unicorn? How about less than £2? I love the look that you just gave there. £1.95.
It's extraordinary.
And it's such a gorgeous gem. It's a really unusual gemstone to have as well, and it's natural, and it's got this incredible selection of colours because you're getting greens in there and you're getting coral peaches and oranges coming through. It's fab.
It's gorgeous.
It's absolutely fab. Grab 2 of them. Again, stash builder. Great for neutral pieces. Great actually for the Tree of Life. Don't know why I did a little Tree of Life. I was thinking about this the other day, because I'm short. I used to say I was a bonsai, so I used to do. I'm a bonsai. Yeah, I've always been a little bit weird. It's okay.
But it is. It reminds me of the National Trust. It's those sort of colours and those sort of feels. So I know a lot of outdoorsy people, and I can imagine them wearing like that around the wrist or on a memory wire, or nice and simple, but sort of reflects their love and joy of like the countryside. That's that sort of strand, isn't it?
It is the perfect colour for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. And that combination of the two, it just amalgamates the whole thing. £1.95. It is fantastic in every single way. Now, don't forget, we are literally on the cusp of 3 o'clock, which means it is the big launch. It is the big one. I only have about 80 of them available, and that is it. It is going to sell out. I know it. It's brand new. It's gorgeous. It is your chrysoprase, and it is going to come up after the break. So keep dialing in for this one. There's still a handful of these left. We're going to squeeze one more message in, squeeze one more in, okay? So random fact, in the UK, you can never be more than 70 miles away from the sea. Oh. There you are. And I'm from live in Derby, which is the furthest location from the sea, and I love the sea. We're gridlocked. Gridlocked? Landlocked. Okay, don't go anywhere. It is the chrysoprase coming up now.
Are you new to jewellery making? Not sure where to start? Then head over to our website and check out our Get Started page. Watch the welcome message from presenter Carol and find out all about Jewellery Maker. Watch one of our easy-to-follow tutorials where our guest designers will teach you the basics and give you the confidence to start making earrings, bracelets and necklaces. If you prefer to simply have a go, then check out our starter kits. They contain everything you need, including instructions, tools, gemstones and clasps, allowing you to create your very first jewellery pieces. You can either watch the video tutorial or follow the step-by-step instructions to give you plenty of inspiration. We also have an array of beginners workshops that you can attend here at our studios and join our experienced designers and get a taste for this fabulous hobby. We will guide you through the basics to get you started making your own beautiful jewellery. Everyone is welcome in the jewellery making family, so start your jewellery making journey today. If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com. Did you know when you book on a Jewellery Maker workshop, you are given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
From the islands of French Polynesia, we bring you a pearl cultivated in the South Pacific Ocean. These pearls are expertly cared for by our skilled specialists all year round. Tahitian pearls on average take 2 years to form. They show a deep, lustrous quality, and the colour can vary to include overtones of green, pinks and blues. Pearls from this region are some of the best the South Pacific can offer. Don't miss our Tahitian pearl collection.
It is the moment that I've been waiting for. Now, I was originally supposed to be on the late show tonight. Obviously, Hannah's not with us today, so I've moved forward a bit. I'm actually so happy to be here this afternoon because it is the launch of this brand new gemstone. Now, I wasn't there when it was discovered, sadly, but I was there when the rough was brought over to where the vault is, and it looks incredible in the rough, and literally we're talking big chunks of this incredible, gorgeous, almost an aquatic gemstone, I suppose is the best way to describe it, because you get slight blues in there, you get slight greens in there. It's part of the chalcedony family, but it is so different from the chalcedony family. It was sent over to the lab, the GIA labs, or one of them, and it was tested, and I've actually read the reports that have been sent back from the labs of the different varieties and the different minerals and chemical elements that make up this gemstone. And it was agreed that it is a chalcedony, unlike chalcedony seen before. Now, you can get yellowy green chalcedonies, you can get bluey green chalcedonies, but this is such a distinct, unique colour. It deserves the credit and stand out on its own. And I'm very honoured to have met on a couple of occasions Yanni, who is the founder of this particular gemstone. It is gorgeous. That is one of the most beautiful gemstones I have ever seen, and that colour is spot on. It is natural. Completely natural. Chalcedony are these kind of colours. Often if you see a blue chalcedony, it's a dyed chalcedony. Often if you see a pink chalcedony, it's a dyed chalcedony. This colour that you're seeing here is completely natural. Completely and utterly natural. Now, I started off with 81 of these, 75 already. They're going to go. They are going to go. It's brand new. It's never been seen before. We only had 81 of them in total. It is magic, and $27.95. we've put the price straight in there. They're already flying out. I mean, it's understandable. When you get a gemstone like this, it is such an exciting moment to actually, I mean, just imagine how excited Yanni was when he discovered it. Can you imagine actually discovering a new form of gemstone, a new type of gemstone? Because for me, that would be one of the highest accolades you could ever get.
Yeah, of course.
It is magic, absolutely magic. Now I'm just going to show you what has been made. I would be just keeping the strand. It's one of those as a gem collector myself.
Oh.
How beautiful is this?
It's stunning, isn't it? Really breathtaking, and it is so lovely to have something new.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Something you've never worked with, and all those new ideas that it will give you, all those new sort of things you want to try it with, and new combinations that you've never tried before. You know, it opens up so many possibilities. Just gorgeous.
Well, the thing is, it's literally the last couple of years that this was discovered. This is not like kunzite where it was 100 years ago that it was discovered and people now know about it. This is literally at the beginning of this gemstone. Who knows how famous this is going to get? Who knows how popular this is going to get? Who knows? It may even become as big as tanzanite. It's one of those you don't know. At the very beginning phases, at the very early stages, you never know. And that's something exciting as well, hopping on now before it skyrockets.
Yeah. And look at the colour of it. I mean, it is one of those colours that is very popular. It's like Colombian emerald, isn't it?
Yes.
It's got that sort of colouring, and it's got the sort of tone of an opal. It is a real mix of...
It really does.
Beautiful gemstones. You know, it's just gorgeous.
And with it being a chalcedony as well, the thing about it is you also get a translucency. So going back to the opal kind of feel, you get this translucency to it, which allows the light to go through just enough to give it a real mysterious, almost an opalescent feel to it. I mean, you can see it there actually close up.
Sort of waxy, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, that's a perfect way of describing it.
Absolutely gorgeous. And to think that's a natural colour.
I know, it's unheard of, isn't it?
Yeah. Just gorgeous.
The quality is amazing. I can't get over how much more beautiful it looks now it's faceted, because when you see a gemstone in the rough, you normally have an idea of the potential of them. But to actually go from the rough to this itself, there's no comparison. Yes, the rough is beautiful. This, tenfold. Tenfold. Now, there is a lot of you who have it in your basket at the moment. I don't have anywhere near as many as I would like. I've got 57 chances. People are taking more than one of these as well. It is a magic, magic, magic moment when you have a launch like this. And it is going to be one of those that I think, you know, when we have the repeat later on, don't think you're going to get a chance to get it. Genuinely don't think you're going to get a chance to get it. I just love it. Now, for those of you who don't know what you've just tuned into, it is aqua praise. It is a form of chalcedony. It's the newest find, really, of this particular gemstone. There's never been a colour like this in chalcedony before. It's a natural colour, by the way. It's a natural colour completely. Often if you see a colour like this, you'd expect it to be dyed. Chalcedony is a gemstone that is often dyed blue or pink or the greeny tones, but this is natural, completely, 100% natural. That's what's so special about it. If you are wanting to get this, I highly, highly, highly recommend the authenticity card, because it is such a new stone. It's the very first time we've ever seen it here on air, ever. And think about it, your customers aren't going to know. If you can actually say, I've made this with aquapraise, this is what the gemstone is. Do a bit of research online as well. There's loads of information about Yanni. You'll find out the information from the GIA as well about the X-ray luminescence that they use to find out the composition of the mineral itself. Colour is more than likely chromium and nickel. Now, a message from Lorraine on this. Hi girls, this stone is amazing. I have a ring and a pendant. Wow, thanks. They are magic. She's also said, put your torch behind the stone and see the wonder of cloud sky and see love law? Oh, Love Law, of course, Lorraine. Love Law, P.S. Great TV show. Thank you, my darling, thank you. That is actually a really good point, which I haven't actually made. Do we have a torch at all? Because it's a chalcedony and it has that translucency, it's not transparent, it's not opaque, it's that little bit in between. it does have a fantastic inner glow. And this gemstone is known for having slight inclusion, so you do have wispy clouds coming through. Sometimes you can even get drues in here as well, clear drues. So you know the little
like
with
crystals.
it, yeah, little tiny crystals.
Oh, wow.
So you can get that as well in some of them. It is magic. So I don't know if we got. Oh, I have. Hold on 1 second. Is it right?
Just have to be careful not to. Oh, look at that.
Too bright. Can you see how it luminesces? It is, isn't it? It's very much. I've just had my director saying, you know, like when you're in the sea and is it underneath and the sun's shining on the water? That's the kind of feel you get. It is fab. It's absolutely fabulous. I love it. Love it. And it's just such a beautiful gemstone to work with.
Do you know what sort of hardness it is?
With it being a chalcedony, it's a quartz, so it should be around 6.
Quite hard stone there.
Yeah, it should be around 6, I think, from memory. Hold on. It is testing me. What's the phrase? The girls can flirt and other queer things can do. So the girls can flirt and other queer things can do. Q for quartz, about 7.
Yeah?
Yeah, about 7.
That's very clever.
Yeah, that's the one they teach you at Gemma to remember it. So the hardness. It's the girls can flirt. So it's talc, gypsum, calcite. So the girls can flirt, which is fluorite, and other. So other is orthoclase, which is your feldspar. Queer, oh, so it's on, and lost it. The girls can flirt and other queer things can do. A is, I can't remember what A is. That's bad.
That's right.
It will come to me. So Q is quartz. T, other queer things can. T is topaz, corundum. I've missed one. And diamonds. Apatite, yeah, it is apatite, which is 5.
Okay.
Yeah, quartz, topaz, corundum, and diamonds.
Just thinking about it as it being new, you know, where can we use it in our jewellery? Can we put it in rings? So obviously, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can put it in any of our jewellery, really.
Yeah. And 7 is really good.
Yeah.
7 is really good. It's one of those that you can wear on a daily basis.
Yeah.
If you're going 6 down, then it's not ideal for everyday basis, but 7 and up, great.
Yeah.
We've got another comment. From Margaret, hello my darling. Hi everyone, loving the show. I have many pieces of aquapraise jewellery, adore this gem. Yarny named it January's birthstone. Oh. Now has it been officially named January's birthstone? I would like to know that because that would be a gorgeous one.
It would.
Yeah,
and it would go
that would be
beautifully
gorgeous.
with garnet, wouldn't it, as well?
Garnet and aquapraise. Yeah. Now I'm going to leave those there with you. I'll give you a recap a little bit later on. Because I do believe it's time for a star buy. Are you ready for it? Aquamarine. Hello, darling. So we've gone from aquapraise to aquamarine. Nicely done, nicely done. So from one greeny blue gemstone to a bluey green gemstone. Really? Are you serious? Right, he's changed his mind on the price point. He was going to do it ridiculously low at £5.95. He's decided to take it to £3.95.
That's really
30
silly.
carats. How? I don't know, it's natural as well.
Oh, that's daft.
It is absolutely daft. I think that is the best comment I've heard about it. Phil, you are daft.
I can't believe
There
that.
you are. They're flying in, as you can imagine. Bethan's there, Vary's got 2, Rosalie's there, Julie's there as well, Kay's there, Carol's there, Katrina's there, Marie's there, Dorothy's there, Amanda's there, loads of you. Loads and loads and loads of you. That is phenomenal. Everybody knows aquamarine, don't they?
Yeah.
I love the look on your face. That is
really
pure
bewildering.
confusion.
Yeah.
There is pure confusion on Gemma's face on this one.
I mean, that's less than spacer beads.
Yeah. 50 have actually sold out already. People are taking 3s and 4s on this, so it's going to go very quickly. £3.95. That is bananas.
It is.
If it's your birthstone, great stuff. If you love blue, great stuff. Just add it. Stash builder. It literally is, isn't it? It's a stash builder. If you manage to get the aqua praise,
yeah, it would go lovely with that.
Add the aquamarine to your order as well, because look at the two together.
They're fantastic. I'd use the aquamarine to space the aqua praise out.
Yeah.
And then you've got a full neckline piece.
Yes.
That's lovely.
I can't believe he's done that. He assured me. I said it was too low at £5.95. I said it was far too low, and then all of a sudden in May he went, all right, it's going at £3.95.
I think that's the silliest. Even in the clearance, I think that's the silliest price I've seen.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. How many did we have? I don't know.
Madness.
Oh, we've got a good amount. We've got a good amount of these. Oh, but we've only got 100 left. We started off with 220. 120 have sold already, which is understandable at a price like that. That is ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. If you want 2, get 2. If you want 3, get 3. If you want 4, get 4. If you want the whole lot, be my guest. But it is going to be first come, first served on this one. I mean, can I just measure how long this strand is? Dun, 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 dun. 32 centimetres. 32 centimetre strand. For £3.95 of natural aquamarine. That is incredible. Got a message from Deborah in Staffordshire. Oh, you're rubbing the oatcakes in. Had to buy 5, better than oatcakes, and that's saying something. Oh. Dad, do you know what? I actually have to agree with you on that one. Oatcakes are lush, but they last about 5 seconds because you wolf them down. These.
That's a lifetime.
Exactly. And to be fair, in some oatcake shops, that's the price you'd be paying for a filled oatcake. There we are. Got a question about the bracelet we've got as well. Similar look to Gemma's bracelet. What thread would you suggest using to make a similar bracelet? Will it show through the aqua praise? So this one. Oh, Gemma's bracelet. Is that the one?
Is it? I don't know.
Oh, I see. So yeah.
Those or those maybe.
Is it the green one you're wearing, do you think?
Possibly the green one. That's just a bead-in thread through there.
There we
and
are.
you wouldn't. There's a slight transparency, but I think the colour's strong enough not to be able to see the bead-in thread through it.
You've also got a selection on here of the ones that are a little bit more opaque than others. So if you're worried about it, go for the ones that are slightly more opaque than translucent.
What have you got going through there now? I think that's probably a bead-in thread, a grey, is it? Silver.
It's a very good question. I'd actually think, yeah, it's silver.
The silver one.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can't see it through there. That would be the ideal thing to thread it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the best advice, actually. On the ones you can see it going on, then don't use those for your bracelet. Now, there is how many in baskets? 50 aquamarines in baskets. Make sure you're checking them out. My goodness me, I've just seen how many are there. Collection in Somerset, well done to you. June, well done. Sharon, well done. Lindsay, well done. Rupwanti, well done. Beverly, well done. Susan, well done. Alison, well done. Erica, well done. Debbie, well done. Kathy, well done. Irene, Joanne. Goodness me, there's loads. Loads and loads and loads of you on those lines. That is phenomenal, though. The price on this, do lally. Absolutely do. £3.95. You can't go wrong.
No.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna have to leave it. I'm gonna have to leave it because I've got to come over to you.
Yeah, come and see me.
I actually just want to stay. I just want to just say this is incredible. Do you want me to bring it with me so you can?
Go on, bring it with you.
Now let's have a wander. I do want to come over to you. That sounded like I didn't want to come over to you.
Just to rub it in.
There you go.
That's incredible. I've got some rubies that these would look great with.
Yeah, I never thought of putting them with rubies. That'd be a gorgeous one, actually.
Lovely. That is remarkable value.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, you might be able to get one.
Yeah, there might be some left for me at the end. I'll definitely be having some.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So I've got to move over to, I don't want to move over to the kit now, I just want to keep looking at this. But we're moving over to the kits. Can we have a look at the jewellery first? Because the jewellery is absolutely incredible. It's your monochromatic tones of your black and white, which works so beautifully together, don't I? Just think they do look amazing. So you've got, oh hello, I'm destroying everything as I'm wandering along.
That was
Love the zebras.
Yeah, I mean zebra was what you know the kit was called, so I thought, wow, let's do a zebra then.
Nice, nice choice. So what do we have in the kit is the question. I love that bracelet, the one that you adore.
Yeah. The zigzaggy one.
The zigzag one. Can we have a look at the zigzag one? Because this is the one that both myself and Gemma absolutely adore. There it is. I'm actually going to turn it round so you can actually see the effect that you get.
The wire is so beautifully soft that making those swirls and details is really easy.
Is it?
Yeah. So you know, although I've got I think 7 strands in there,
yeah,
finishing those ends off can be quite difficult. But when you've got really soft wire and you can do quite intricate sort of scroll work with it, you know, it doesn't matter so much having so many strands.
Yeah.
You know.
It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. So what do you get in the kit is the question. Let's have a nosy. Let's have a nosy. You are actually getting 100 metres of gunmetal coloured copper wire in 0.4. You are then getting 100 metres, another 100 metres, this time of white coloured copper wire in 0.4. You are also getting 10 metres of gunmetal coloured copper wire in 0.6. If that wasn't in, I'm going to have to pop that way, aren't I? If that wasn't enough, you then get 10 metres of silver-plated copper soft wire of 1 mil. Pop that there. And I've missed one, haven't I? That was the white. Silver wires here. Silver-plated copper soft wire, 1 millimetre, and you're getting 10 of those, and you're also getting 10 of the white-coloured copper wire and 6 mil. So you're getting 230 metres in total, and you're getting 0.4, 0.6 and 1 millimetre wires on that one. And if that wasn't enough, you're also getting a strand of black agate rounds, which are gorgeous. In fact, let me just... There you go. And they are 6 millimetre rounds. You're also on top of that getting fresh water white potato pearls, cultured of course, 4 to 5 millimetres with a natural colour.
They're natural ones.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Really gorgeous.
They are fab, aren't they? Now I'm just going to show you the wires side on so you can actually see the difference. So wire-wise, we've got white coloured copper wire in 0.4 and 0.6. We've then got gunmetal in 0.4 and 0.6. And then we've got the silver, which is the 1 mil. 10 metres of each. Price-wise, I say 10 metres each. 10 metres of the 0.4. But you've also got the 100 metres of the 0.6.
Yeah, I think it's 230 metres altogether.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
At £55.65, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We are going to take off. Are you sitting down for this? £32.70 off that price.
Off that.
We're not taking it to £32.70. We're taking £32.70 off. And taking it to £22.95.
That's incredible. It's such good value. And do you know this is, even if you don't make any of the designs that are here today, or you're not, you know, you don't want to go down the zebra route with it, it's just black and white. You just can't go wrong.
Monochromatic tones always perfect.
It is an essential for your stash.
Yeah.
You know, you're always going to use it. It's the first time I've worked with white wire, by the way.
Yeah.
This time, and it's lovely. Well, really,
is it really nice to work with?
It's really unusual. It's not like any of the other wires. The coating is very different to our other wires. It's gorgeous to work with.
I love how you've actually interspaced it with the gunmetal wire on this particular design here.
Yeah, yeah. They flow nicely together as well. Yeah, they work really well together.
And the nice thing about monochromatic tones is, as of the 1920s, each and every single year, each and every single season, black and white have always been in fashion.
Always. Look at my wardrobe, and my wardrobe is pretty much
classic.
Black and white. You know, you can't go wrong, can you?
No,
and you can put it with any other colour. Thank you.
That's the thing, you literally can put it with any other colour.
Yeah.
Black highlights perfectly, and the white just picks out all the different, if you want to get the hints of colour coming through, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Loads of yin on this one as well, which is fab. Keep dialing in. Now, 20 of these have already gone. We've only got 90 in total. So if you see it, you like it, you love it, you want it, grab it. Grab it. The best advice I can give. I'd be happy at £20, £22.95 for just the strands, in fairness.
Yeah, yeah.
They are.
The pearls are beautiful.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
They're such a nice size as well, and that's you know, a whole necklace in just that strand of pearls.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
now,
beautiful.
I believe you're working with the zebra.
I am. Yeah, I'm going to show you how to do the zebra.
Let's have a nosy.
Okay.
So we're looking at this. Are we looking at the necklace zebra?
Yes.
Perfect.
The with his mane.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
So we'll do him. It's very simple, and then quite adaptable as well, because you can work it into other designs, make smaller versions for earrings, or you know, larger versions, and do, I don't know, big brooches. So
Yeah.
it's quite a versatile piece. And also, of course, you know, you don't need to do a zebra. You can make it into a horse. You can just have it as a horse.
unicorn.
Or a unicorn, as I almost made. Right. Okay. So photographed, ready to go on Facebook later is the basic form of this. Of the horse, so of the zebra, so how we come together. I'm going to show you how to make it anyway, but just so that you've got it for reference later. This is what we're going to make this, and it's all one wire. So we're going to make this section just out of one wire. Okay, we'll pop that to the side, and if you want to draw it out first, then feel free to make a drawing of it and then trace around it. And that's, you know, a nice easy way to do it. But I'm going to use my 1mm wire, and this is the dead soft. It's really soft wire, so it's easy, very easy to make these shapes with. So I'm gonna leave it on my reel if I can, because you know, I may want to add bits to it, and I really do want to keep it in one piece, because that gives it strength as well, and avoids you having to stitch things together. Right. All I've done there is just trimmed off the end. That might be a bit tatty. So I'm going to start with his sort of jawline. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers to the end of my wire. Okay, so the end of my wire, and I'm going to turn a loop. I don't want a tight loop, so I'm not going to pull out too far to the side. I'm just going to add a bit of tension with my hand there, just to help me guide or help the wire know where it needs to go. So I'm just almost just pointing at it. So I'm going to turn it around until I've got the rough size of the jewel, the sort of rounded bit of the jewel that I need. Okay, that's a bit small, so I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Just use my thumbs to sort of help me with that. You see, I've got black fingers. That's because this isn't this wire isn't coated.
Okay.
Which you know, adds all sorts of potential to it. It means you can patina this wire, even though it's a plate. You can patina it, and you can colour it as well. Okay, and you can seal it in the usual way. Okay, so there's the sort of jaw for his. He's probably a bit big actually, but we'll go with it. And then we're gonna bring it down into his muzzle. Is that right? Yeah.
It is right on this one, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's right on the other one as well, in fairness.
I think it might have been right. So I'm going to just put my thumbnail just sort of where I want it to start coming down. And these angles, they are so subtle. So do less than you think, and I find that helps. Always do less than I think. So just a little pinch there, just to pinch it and kink it downwards slightly. You can always go back and make it a bit more pronounced if you want to. And I'm going to come along and I'm going to do a little bit for his chin. So I'm going to use my round nose pliers just about here, and I'm going to kink it downwards like that, very subtle. And then put my pliers back on, but this time instead of pulling down that way, I'm going to push up the other way, just to give me a bit of a chin shape. Okay. And then
it's got me wanting to sing chin chilly, chim chilly.
Chim chim chiroo.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so I've got it there, and then his nuzzle's gonna sort of kink slightly back out. Not much, but it's so slight. You can see, actually, even those slight movements I've been doing, it's turning out too pronounced. So if that happens to you and it's too pronounced, you just go back in with your flat or snipe pliers and just straighten it out a bit. Take the sort of angles off slightly. You can just pinch it. Because it's so soft, it really is forgiving. Okay, and then we want a nostril. So we're going to come to just roughly where we would like his nostril to be. So about there.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the wire, pull it all the way around our pliers. Okay, all the way around. Reposition your pliers so you can come back, so you can follow that around. All the way around. Okay, like that. And at that point it looks a bit like a goat. So it's all these little movements that make such a difference. You see that looks like a goat now, and if you wanted to carry on to make a ram, you could from there.
I was going to say, in Derby we've got the ram symbol, which pretty much looks literally like that swirl.
Yeah.
And an outline.
Yeah, so that, you know, but to then make it more horse-like, what we need to do is sort of bring that nozzle down. So we just, if we hold on just where the nostril is there, just hold on with it, your pliers, and just pull it down slightly. We're all of a sudden we've got more of a horsey shape nose. Okay?
Yeah.
Right, so here we go. So then again we're going to come up to the head and just use your fingers to run it along, getting a slight curve on there. Okay, and then very slightly we want to lift for the head. So your fingernail again, just to give you a slight curve, and then to the top of his head, and then we're going to put his ear in. So flat nose pliers, just roughly where you want the ear, and that's generally sort of roughly level with that curl that you've got there for his jaw. Put your pliers on, ear up. Now, zebra ears are slightly different to horse ears, so have a little study them and have a little look. And then tip of the ear, decide where that is, and bring that down. And then it's pretty much a straight line, just a tiny little kink there, just to pull it back to the back of the head. And then, but the ear I want to make a bit pointier, so I'm going to grip the top and just pinch together with my pliers to give it a little bit more of a point on the top. But it's surprising when you're making animal shapes and animal outlines, there's very tiny subtle differences you can make that make it look like a different animal, just, you know, how similar they are. And they're so subtle, some of these little changes you can make to make it look like something else. Okay, so then find where the back of the ear would be, pliers in, kink it back slightly, and then that then comes down, sort of making the back of his head.
You could do a seahorse like this as well, couldn't you?
Yeah, seahorse, yes, almost the same, yeah, yeah. Okay, so then here we go with this wire. We nearly made the outline now. This bit is quite free form, so we're going to bring this wire down. I want it to be an attractive shape, so I always say, if in doubt, make an S, and then we know that it flows. Okay, so if we come this way with our wire, we then want to come this way with our wire, and then to finish it off, we're going to come back the other way. So there you go, there's my rough shape that I want to create, and his mane is going to follow that shape. So what I'm going to do is at the bottom, I'm going to take the tip of my pliers onto the tip of the wire, double it back on itself. This is where this wire might get in the way a little bit. Double it back on itself and pinch the wire together to make it into a really nice point. So pinch it nice and tight together in your pliers. And then I'm going to do this by holding it flat. Get this out of this side for a minute. Hold it flat, and then basically you're going to follow the line that you've already created. So I keep if I turn it, it might be, the wire might not get in the way. So you're going to basically come along your silhouette and just sort of follow it along. See, I'm rubbing that with the back of my thumb to help me create the shape. Don't get too caught up in making it perfect, because there are little changes you can make as you go anyway. But basically we want it to be narrower at the bottom, the outline, and wider at the top. Okay, so come all the way up, around the horse, around the zebra, sorry, just beyond his ear, because we want his mane to kind of sort of come behind the ear.
Okay.
So just beyond the ear, you get to that point there, take your flat nose pliers, hold onto the wire, and then kink that down, like, ooh,
it's running away.
it is. Do you know what? I can cut
It's a
this off now.
frisky horse.
Now I know roughly what I need. I can
Now, while you're doing that, can I squeeze this one in?
yes,
That's okay.
yes.
So I've got possibly two. I'm going to squeeze possibly two in.
I love these.
Going along with the zebra colours.
I love those.
These are gorgeous, aren't they? They are so, so beautiful. There is only 30 of these, I'm afraid. They're 20mm flat pearl, or mother of pearl rounds, and they've got the zebra stripes. They are magic. £3.95. Add it to your kit. Think of all the things you could do with these.
Yeah.
How would you have incorporated it into the kit?
Oh, incorporate it into the kit. I would have added it as a bracelet centre, perhaps on that woven bracelet.
Nice.
I could have popped it on the ends of the tassels. I could have, in fact, the technique with the wire going through the pearls and the black agate and the neckline piece, that technique would work lovely with those as well.
There you
Sort of mimicking. Yeah, it could definitely be worked in quite simply.
I love the fact you've got literally the monochromatic tones. It's that zebra, which is really fun. So you don't even need to use a lot of it, do you?
No,
really?
No, you don't.
It's magic. Already, Veri's there, Nicola's there, Katrina's there, Sheila's there as well. They are magic. £3.95. Add it to your kit.
I have these on shoes.
Have you?
Got them. I got them on my shoes because I've got a dress that, or a skirt, which is a zebra print skirt, which I wear the shoes with that.
I like that. That's gorgeous. Now I've got blue ones. Blue and white, 25mm rounds instead this time, and they're your flat shell coins. And they're bigger quantity, which means smaller price point. £2.95.
Wow.
For the lot.
That doesn't seem to make sense, does it?
It doesn't.
It
It doesn't make
bigger.
any sense at all. They're bigger. There's more quantity of them. They're blue. I say blue and white. They're not the blue and black.
Blue and black, yeah.
I actually really like that.
I really like that too. I mean, zebra print is red. Actually, it's not necessarily black and white either.
No.
You know, I bought a leopard print thing the other day and it's red and black.
Nice.
So, you know, that we're going off the colours.
Yeah.
We're just keeping the print.
Yeah, the print is
So-
what matters, isn't it, more than anything? The colours. Like, it's nice to have that interaction and that difference. Differentiation. £2.95. Add these to your order if you've managed to get a hold of the kit. If you haven't yet got the kit, there is still a handful of them available. So please do get a hold of this, because that was an amazing price as well, wasn't it, for everything you get?
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Now, sorry about interrupting on
That's
that one, my
right.
darling. Carry on, please.
That's right. This is the last bit really. So we're going to finish his mane. The reason I need to do this is because when I come to weave his mane, I've got nothing to weave into here.
Yep.
So the rest of it I can weave up and down like that, but when I get to the ear, it's going to be difficult. So I needed to bring this piece, this mane, up to his nose there, up to his snout, and bring that back. I just pop that on top so that it fits into his head. So if I pinch that with my pliers, I can show you. So that wire there then is here. So when I weave, I can weave into that one and miss his ear, and his ear can stand proud.
Oh,
Yeah?
nice.
So then we'll join those together. And then this wire we'll leave loose, but once you've woven all your pieces together, you just get that through. Once you've woven everything together, this wire I brought into Echo and just help secure everything so it sort of wraps around, but I'll get to that point in a minute. Okay, so that's how you create your basic basic outline and how it's done with just one piece of wire. So sometimes you can't work out where these things start.
Yeah.
But it starts with the cheek and you build from there. Okay. Right, so I've got one here that's a bit more better proportions than that one.
Here's one you made earlier.
Yeah. So I'm going to start weaving him and show you how to weave his mane in. But it's such a simple design. But it does take some time to do because weaving takes a bit of time. So, but it is one of those ones you can sit and do in front of the telly, which is nice. You don't have to concentrate too much. Okay, so now I'm going to take my 0.4 gunmetal colour wire first. I'm going to start his mane off in the darker colour. So I'm just going to cut a section. I don't need to cut loads. I'm only weaving short sections at a time, and that speeds things up as well because you're not threading great long lengths of wire. Okay, so what I'm going to do first off is I'm going to wrap the entire edge here. Okay, so I'm going to take my wire, so leave myself a tail just to hold on to. You will find this will get in the way a bit, but we just tuck it over there for a minute. So find the end, and we're just going to wrap around and around to fill that space. You don't have to do this bit, but I just found that I didn't want the silver showing on the mane, so I wanted to just use the silver as a frame, and if I'd left that bare I'd have a silver sort of edge, which in this design I just didn't want, but
yeah,
it's up to you. So you wrap all along there. Like a fine gizmo coil. We just leave it there for now. I'll leave it there, but you wrap all the way along until you get to the edge, and then when you're at the end, you can then weave the mane. So what you do is you're gonna, it's a similar weave to what we did with the lion actually. You come just down the back, under the back there, around the frame. When that's woven all the way along, this slipping round won't happen because it won't be able to. So we just pull that into position there, and then the wire comes back up around the top and through. Okay, and you just keep going like that. And you do little sections. I think I did about 1 centimetre or so per section with each colour, so I just alternated, and each time you cut it off and add in a new colour. What you need to be careful of is, can you see here, I know I've twisted this a little bit because I'm trying to get things out of the way so you can see, but you see the frame there is pulling together here. So I must be careful not to let that happen. So always make sure that you're not getting too narrow, or because when you weave, what's going to happen is you're putting tension on, so you're bringing, the wires want to come in together, they want to sort of tighten up, but we want to keep that consistent sort of size of our mane all the way around. So just keep an eye on your tension, and I find that just holding my finger in between like that will help, because then it can't pull in because my fingers are holding it. So pads of my fingers are touching in between the wires, keeping them separate.
I believe you've got a zebra fact to come in on the screen at some point soon as well.
Oh, that'll be good.
Pop it on now. Okie dokie. In ancient Rome, Grevy's zebras were trained to pull chariots at Roman circuses under the alias hippogrills or horse tigers.
Oh.
That's nice, thank you very much for that. I like that, horse tiger.
Yeah.
What was the one that you said? If you cross a zebra and a horse?
Oh yeah, what's that called?
Okay, they're called, so if you breed a zebra and a horse, they're called quaggars. There you go.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen those before.
I don't think I have actually.
Yeah.
I want to say what are they like, but I'm assuming it's very much like a horse and a zebra.
It is. It's sort of got a longer neck than a zebra.
Okay. Yeah, because zebras are quite compact, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. They look very similar, to be honest. Right. Okay, so then we come to combining. So if you imagine we've woven on a little bit more, and we're going to combine now so that the head sort of stays put. So we're just going to combine by wrapping both the head and the mane together just to keep that so it's not two separate pieces. So just pretend that it's one wire, just for that little section by the ear to keep it all nice and tight. Okay. Okay. And when it comes to adding the next row of the next sort of colour in, so the white in, we're going to come behind the ear. So what you'll need to do is just push that ear forward and out of the way. Okay. You can make this weave as tight or as sparse as you like. I liked it to be quite a tight weave so that there's quite a dense colour. So you really, the black and white or the black and grey then is quite defined. And that you do that by keeping just one wrap in between each go round. So what I mean by that is you only come around the wire once, back up to the top and wrap it once around the top. That keeps it quite nice and dense. Okay, so there's a few more little things I really need to tell you about that before we move on to putting his eye in and things like that. So we'll do that by doing the next section. So now I'm going to put the white, layer of the white in. So I'm going to trim that wire off nice and close to the edge and then cut it. I always cut it so that it's slightly protruding, and that means I got enough then to tip it round so that it sits inside the frame, so it's neither on the back nor the front, it's sort of underneath in the middle. So that's something to bear in mind. We don't want, there's going to be a lot of ends of wire, so you need to be able to tuck them away nicely. Okay, so the white wire now, and we're going to weave behind the ear, so I'll show you how to do that. And also a good way of... Oh, sorry.
Missed me by literally millimetres, that did. It's...
Right.
Protect your eyes.
Sorry.
It's all right.
It's springy, the wire. Right, okay, so we're going to weave behind the ear now, because we don't want to catch the ear in. We're going to catch this extra piece of wire in. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it forward. You can put it back, it's nice and soft, so don't worry. And add some wire in. Now, adding in a weave like this, I usually take my wire through and leave a nice tail. So a nice long tail here.
Ponytail.
A ponytail. And wrap it round once and leave it there. Okay? Just leave it sticking up for now. And then we're going to come on the inside here and wrap that around just as before. So you carry on weaving now, just as you were before. Oh, what have I done? So once around. Now, another thing to remember here is that just like I was talking about with the lion's jowls earlier, if you were watching that demonstration.
Yes.
On the, I know you were.
I was. You'd never have guessed it.
Right, so just as that demonstration, if you weren't watching, we're doing a weave, so we're weaving in and out, but as you can imagine, it's going to take a lot less wraps around this inner curve than it is around the outer curve. So you need to bear that in mind when you're doing, when you're making these designs. If I was to continue wrapping once this side, constantly, what I'd end up with is a straight weave, and it would end up sort of going across like that. Now what we want is more like the spokes of a bike. We want it to sort of go like this.
It's a similar problem when you're embroidering.
Yes.
I found when I did large sections of embroidery, it just kind of went a bit bleh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just ended up clumping together. So like you had it going beautifully round, and it was very like perfect stitching, and then all of a sudden you got this massive
where it all comes together.
Where it all comes together, yeah, and then also you'd have gaps. So because it was so bulky, you'd see the fabric underneath and things like that.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I'm not. I've never done much embroidery, but I can see the principle's the same. So what we need to do is compensate for that all the time. So I'd say sort of on the more I was going to say more curvier curves. What do I mean? You know,
substantial,
more prominent curves. Yeah. You need to sort of make up for that by wrapping on the outside at least 3 times. So we go 1, 2, 3 times around the outside frame before we come to the inside and just do once around the inside frame. And that should sort of help to keep your weave sort of even all the way.
Yeah, it looks really good. I see. We just got it on the screen there. You can actually see how much more defined it is.
Yes. Yeah. So you know, you end up with the little sections, sort of slightly tapered triangular sections. Yeah. But if you didn't do that, you would end up with a very odd. In fact, the stripes would end up being this way round, at the back and sort of horizontal at the top rather than parallel. So so that's how you do that, and we're going to go all the way under the ear. So if you imagine we've come to the end of the ear, we then would, when we get to that section where it's just meeting that little bend that you made in the ear, push the ear back down so that'll cover the weave that you've done.
Yeah.
And then you take your weaving wire and weave the 2 wires together again, so the back of the head and that extra wire you put in. Weave those together just for 2 or 3 of your wraps. Leave me getting tangled. Just for a couple of times around and then up to the top. And then change into your different colour wire again. So where appropriate, you can decide on the width of your stripes if you like. I would make them quite bold because otherwise from a distance it ends up, if you've got the quite narrow stripes, from a distance it just ends up like a light grey. So keep your stripes quite bold.
And how, it was about 1 centimetre each colour,
yeah,
you said?
I did about 1 centimetre each. Anything more might look a bit too blocky, and anything less might look a bit too one tone from a distance. Let me just show you why I left that tail wire for adding in there. So I left that tail wire because then to tuck it away, I can actually bring it down and into the weave that came before, and it just tucks it away really nicely and also knits the weaves together so you don't get this separating of the 2 colours. Because when you join separate wires, they are separate pieces, so they will separate. So if you just take that wire back along and sort of integrate it with the weave that came before, so into the first black or gunmetal weave, so I'm just pulling it through, so I've come round the back and I've pulled it through, and if you can see, I know it's difficult because it's quite fiddly, but it's not actually fiddly to do, it's just hard to see. There's my last black or gunmetal wrap, and I've pulled the white wire in just behind that last one. Okay, so I've took it round, pulled it through, and I'm just going to pull that into place there and snip it off. That stops any problems with those separating. Okay? Right. So now I'm going to pop his eye in. Really nice and simple.
Every time you say that, it just sets me slightly on edge. I don't know why.
Pop his eye in.
Yeah. Pop his eye in.
At least I'm not saying I'm going to pop his eye out.
Yeah.
That
I think that's probably what I'm thinking.
Right, so his eye then just goes sort of between the top, his mane and his cheek. So just take a piece of, let's take this white wire that's getting in my way. A piece of that, and get one of these little beads out. They're all going to run away now, aren't they? So taking a length of wire into the cheek, into that little jewel piece there, and bring the 2 ends together. So it's a double length piece of wire. Okay, bring them together. Then take your gemstone, and I'm using one of the little black agates, and thread onto there. Okay, and there's his eye in place. And then we can take one of these wires and wrap it around just to keep it in place. So one of them is used to keep it in place, and the other one is used to sort of define the eye shape. So pull that out the way. This wire then, get that one, pretend that's chopped off. And then this wire I'm going to use to come up around the eye, and I'm just going to use my finger and position that wire around the eye there. Come back round, so it's just framing the eye really. Back round and up, and you can frame it the other side too. So that then comes around the eye that way. I knew I was going to lose a couple.
I tried to rescue it really slowly then as well. Thank you.
I think I may have used some of the spacer beads in his eye as well, you know, just to elongate it a bit, but that's up to you. You can use them, or you can just do it with just this one here. Okay, so let me pop that in, and that really is all the things you need to know, really. That weave continues all the way down his mane, and then you pop his eye in, and then you pop a jump ring at the top, and he's ready to go. There you go. And if you want to, as you're stitching him in, you can sort of, as you're weaving, you can sort of join his chin to his mane if you want to make that curve more pronounced. This tail wire here, once you've woven everything, it becomes a very solid piece, and you can take this one, and I just sort of drape this around just to sort of accentuate the curves around to the tip, and then just finish that off with a spiral. That was really just to finish the piece and make it pleasing on the eye. It hasn't got any function. I just liked it in the design.
Even as it is, it looks amazing. I'm going to try and squeeze. I'm going to be able to squeeze a little one in. I'm going to squeeze this one in. So we've got some spinel for you, going along with the zebra monochromatic theme. Beautiful little... They're on the run, aren't they?
They are.
They are on the run. Beautifully faceted spinel here, and they've got those little buttons which just work so well, and it's faceted on both sides. You're looking at 82 carats of the black spinel, 6 to 7 millimetres, and it's an entire 30 centimetre strand. Now, sadly, I've only got 16 of this. When you see the price point it's going to go to, they're going to go $8.95 for an entire 30 centimetre strand. And you can use them on so many different levels. I mean, if you wanted to, you could actually, I don't know, would it be too big for an eye?
No, that would be gorgeous in an eye.
Yeah.
That little twinkle would be lovely.
Yeah, it would have a lovely twinkle, wouldn't it?
It'd be great. It's my lion's nose as well.
Yeah. Oh, of course, yeah, of course. So if you did manage to get the kit for the lion earlier on, add this to your order as well, and that would make a perfect nose for the lion. And a great addition to any of these pieces, actually.
Yeah.
They are fab.
Fabulous.
Absolutely fabulous. Not very many, I'm afraid, though, as I said. Less than 20. Less than 20. And that is it.
They'd be great in that style piece as well.
Oh, is this your...
Because you could go around...
How did you do it so quick?
That is quick. It is quick. Macrame is quick. But the macrame wire would hug the side of that nicely. It'd be a really nice flat bracelet.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That would work beautifully. And this was from the challenge from earlier on.
Yeah.
You've done your ring and your bracelet like in nanoseconds.
I know. I loved using it. So.
It's phenomenal. But again, you could do that macrame kind of effect on one of these. And because you've got that flat nature, it looked fantastic. Got a message come through as well. Let's have a nosy from Kay in Staffordshire. Have you heard of a liger? Yes, I have actually. I have. Yeah. Have you heard of a liger? It is a tiger with a lion. I have heard of a liger. They're really unusual, actually, aren't they?
Yeah. I can't remember if I've seen one.
I have seen one, but I can't remember how it looks now because it's been about 5-6 years since I've seen one.
Does it look like a tiger with a mane? It's like a tiger with a really big upper body,
I think it's more
isn't
of a fluffy tiger.
Is it?
I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen one.
I can't remember.
Oh, I can't remember either.
My dad used to play a game with us when we were kids, and he used to like mix up different animals together.
There we
and
are.
We used to have all sorts of combinations.
Well, we've just had one come through, which is a zebra and a donkey is equal to a zonkey.
Yes, I've heard of that.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
A zonkey?
A zonkey, yeah.
Sounds like a dodgy key, doesn't it? Oh, it's got a bit zonky. Got another one as well. Does that one come through?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A zebra pony, a zony. Sounds like an electronics brand.
It does.
Oh, genius. Phil did actually want to put out to you, if you could breed two animals together, anything, what would they be? I think mine would be a bee and a seahorse.
A bee horse?
A bee horse, yeah.
My dad's, the one that used to make us laugh when we were kids is a kangarella pig. So there's a kangaroo and a pig and something else, I can't remember. But yeah.
Another random fact for you along those lines. In sailor speak, I can't remember what that's called now, jerry speak I think it's called or something like that, they used to call a hippocroca pig, a hippocroca pig, which describes any animal that was ferocious. Today I saw a hippocroca pig. It was scary. So there you go. Bit random. Bit random. Thank you very, very much for that, my lovely.
You're welcome.
Now, after the break, I have got something incredible for you. It is going to be AAA grade Zambian emerald. It is phenomenal. It really seriously is. It's the first time I've brought it to you as well, so make sure you're getting on board for that. And that's not the only thing. Got plenty more, so get yourself a cup of tea, and I shall see you in 2.
Did you know, no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging. Select our standard delivery for just $2.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for $4.95.
You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you have found a workshop you'd like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button. Fill in the required fields and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator Wendy at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you.
Spinel is a historically important gemstone. It is often located in the same gravel beds as things like corundum, so your rubies and sapphires. Because it comes in the same colours, blues and reds, it's often mistaken as a sapphire. Now, this isn't to the detriment of Spinel itself. It has its own important qualities such as great RI, so it's very, very reflective, and great dispersion as well. So it shows a lot of fire as the light hits the stone. From a historical point of view, one of the main important spinels actually sits in the crown jewels, and this was for a long time believed to be a ruby, but recent gemological testing has found the Prince's Ruby is actually a spinel.
From the islands of French Polynesia, we bring you a pearl cultivated in the South Pacific Ocean. These pearls are expertly cared for by our skilled specialists all year round. Tahitian pearls on average take 2 years to form. They show a deep, lustrous quality, and the colour can vary to include overtones of green, pinks and blues. Pearls from this region are some of the best the South Pacific can offer. Don't miss our Tahitian pearl collection.
When you place your first order with Jewellery Maker, we'll send you a free DVD and booklet to help you get started. The booklet is jam-packed full of information on gemstones, tools, threading, materials and findings. There are step-by-step instructions on how to make bracelets, earrings and necklaces, and the DVD includes easy-to-follow video tutorials. So what are you waiting for? Start your jewellery making journey today.
Hello, welcome back. I'm Lara, de-Leuw, and this is the deal of the day. I am over the moon about the deal of the day today, actually. It is incredible. Now, how many have we got? Okay, so we only have 12 of these available. I'm putting it out there straight away. That is not going to be enough. I'm over the moon because it is one of the finest qualities, if not the finest quality, that I have seen of your emerald. And I mean, to actually see AAA grade on there as well is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So why is it AAA grade? Because you've got that depth of colour. I mean, take a look at this. This is Zambian. You would never have expected this to be Zambian. Zambian emerald generally has iron, which actually gives it a bluey overtone to it. So normally it's coloured by chromium, isn't it? So you have got that in there. Sometimes you have vanadium in there as well. With the Zambian, you have a little bit of iron in there on top. That gives it a bluey overtone. Does this look blue to you? Not in the slightest. This looks like Brazilian emerald. That's how incredible this is. It looks like Brazilian emerald. It's the rich, deep, sumptuous, really unctuous greens that you expect to see. Those sort of forest greens, those jungle greens, I suppose is the best way to describe it. That incredible jungle green. They are magic. They are absolutely magic. You're looking at 5x4 to 9x5 millimetres, and it's a 7 centimetre strand. Now, it's going to be more considered than some of the items you've seen today, especially with the aquamarine going ridiculously low earlier on. That has sold out now, by the way. But what I can say is it's worth that consideration. When you get an emerald like this, of this quality, do go, when you've made your jewellery, do take it to a jeweller's and ask for an appraisal. It will be worth it. It really, really will. I know sometimes you have to pay for the appraisals, but it will be worth it. When you see the quality of this emerald, when they see the quality of this emerald more to the point, I can only imagine what kind of price points they're going to be coming back with. I think you're going to be over the moon. You've been looking at this, haven't you?
I can't get over it. I just can't get over the quality that we can buy now as jewellery makers. You know, how, the level we can take our skills to with this strand is just beyond where you even imagine you're going to end up when you start making jewellery, isn't it? Just absolutely incredible.
See, the thing is as well, when I first started making jewellery, which was years ago, I was at college, way back when. Well, that was a long time ago now, thinking back at it. And all of the items for the jewellery making, bead-wise, were plastic or wood.
Yeah.
Or ceramic.
Yeah.
And I've still got some of them to this day, actually, that I bought way back when. But I couldn't get hold of any amethysts, any gemstones at all. It was all your synthetics. It was all of the plastics, the little beads, seed beads as well. So to actually go from that, which is, I say it's a long time ago, it's what, 15, 16 years ago? Oh, don't like admitting that. Yeah, about 16 years ago. Probably longer than that, in fairness. That stumped me. But going from that 15 years ago to actually to modern day, and actually not just going, you can have your amethyst, you can have your citrine, you can have your topaz. Going beyond that and going, do you know what? You can have top grade emerald. You can have that top grade emerald. If you want it, you got it. And that's it. It takes your jewellery making to a different level, doesn't it?
It certainly does, yeah.
Now, can I just say, there is a lot of you with it in baskets. Start checking those baskets out. It is going to go. How many did I say we had originally? 12?
12, yeah.
We've got 6 in baskets. 6 of them in baskets. I mean, look at the colour. Just imagine with one of these emeralds, how much could you charge for one pendant? Pendant on a chain, simple, that's all you need. Pendant on a chain, maybe 2 spacer beads on the side to just give it a little bit of hint of the gold work there. Maybe then doing earrings, have an entire set. I'd be looking...
200,
yeah.
300 pounds.
Which is basically what you're getting for the strand. If you use 3 items, you've still got one. If I use 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you've got another 7 remaining.
Wow.
You could make 3 lots or 3 sets of jewellery out of this and still have one left over. Still have one left over. So like I said, in comparison to some of the items we've seen today at £15 or so, that is considered, I understand that. But we are looking at AAA grade Zambian emerald. If you're buying and making to sell, it is certainly worth that consideration. And if you're thinking about something for a special occasion, definitely worth the consideration. Definitely worth it. They are gorgeous, aren't they? I can't get over them. I adore emeralds.
Yeah, they're exquisite. They are. I think I would put them with tiny, tiny seed pearls. Just one in a drop. It would look quite Elizabethan. Yeah. Really beautiful. And you'd be looking at 200 plus for something like that.
And if you want the sort of authenticity to go along with it, if you're selling it and people want to have that little security, 25 pence extra, you can have the authenticity card. It's so phenomenal. Now, I know again that price is considered, but it is worth, like I said, the consideration. And you get that consideration for 30 days. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee if for any reason, now of course you've got to keep the strand intact, but if you get it home and decide, you know what, you're not an emerald person, that's fine, that's absolutely fine. Send it back. Maybe you wanted something like, I don't know, the chrysoprase instead. You can send it back and get a full refund. You've got that guarantee, you've got that bit of peace of mind. Get it home, have a look at it. I think you're going to fall in love with it. If you haven't already done so, I think you're going to absolutely fall in love with it. One of the most beautiful, one of the most sumptuous, one of the most magical gemstones you can get. No wonder Cleopatra fell in love with it.
Yeah, it's quite clear why, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely. In fact, stunning. I'm going to compare this to chrome dioxide. Yeah, and chrome dioxide is that gemstone that has been associated with emeralds because they keep saying that's what an emerald should be. That is what an emerald wants to be. Emeralds are envious. This colour and clarity is so much like a chrome dioxide.
It is.
It's your perfect emerald, really.
It is. It is. There's something warmer about it than chrome dioxide, but
yes, absolutely.
It is just stunning. I've never seen an emerald like that. Yeah. In the flesh. Yeah. I've seen it cut into, fancy facets and set in rings and small pieces, but these are big pieces of emerald.
Yeah, they are substantial. There's no question about it.
They're just beautiful.
I can't get it. I adore emerald to a T. Absolutely adore it. Love it. Hold those lines. Good luck if you manage to get a hold of those. My fingers are crossed for you. There is only a couple of those remaining, I'm afraid. So well done. Now move these over for a moment. Now, did I just hear the SB mentioned, the star buy? Is it time already? Apparently it is. It's star buy time after this. Aquamarine. We did the rondelles earlier on and they hurled out. I've got rounds for you now. Get a round, 30 carats of a round, in fact. So you're looking at 4mm plain rounds, and they are natural once more. I am liking the fact that we're having the natural aquamarine these days. That's really lovely. A lot of it's irradiated. So to have natural and to get that depth of colour. Now, we've not seen this strand for over a year. It's been on holiday. It's been having a laugh by the beach, chilling out, chillaxing and enjoying the sunshine. But it is back. It is back after a year of waiting. Do you want to be waiting for another year before you see this one again is the question? No way, Jose. No way, Jose. This one's going to be a fantastic price point as well. You're going to love it. Now, we're going to take it as low as we possibly can do on this one. As low as we possibly can. Big, substantial 4mm rounds. Beautiful baby blue. Let's check that price out. £7.95. Again, less than £10. And you're getting 30 carats of it as well, which is fab in every way. How would you use these ones, my darling?
I would use them in lots of ways. They can be spaces. They could be ladder weave together, so they can be used just individually for, for a very delicate piece, or you can bunch them together, beady beads, ladder weaves, that sort of thing.
Oh, beady beads.
So, yeah, so they're very versatile, so you can have them tiny, or you can put them together to make a big impact.
Yeah.
But that colour goes with so many things. It goes with the reds. I said I love it with ruby, the pigeon blood ruby.
Yes.
Love that combination. It's great with greens. It's just great with pearls.
It is one of those neutral colours that just go with loads.
Yes.
And loads and loads, and I love it. I love the idea of pearls. That sounds gorgeous.
Yeah, very serene with pearls.
Yeah.
A bit like blue lace agate, isn't it? It's got that similar tone.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely,
Beautiful.
it would. I'm wondering if it'd go with, I think it would, with Zambian amethyst.
Yes.
That rich, really deep purple.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. That'd be lovely together, actually.
Yeah, that kind of I don't know what that is, by the way. It's another one of those little
I like it.
dance moves. All you need to do if you want to get a hold of this, Christine's already there, Pauline's already there, Ivy's already there, Madeline's already there as well. Is pick up the phone, dial 0800 633 655, or you can go to the website, which is all the W's, JewelleryMaker.com. Now I'm going to pop it with the Aquapraise actually, because I am going to give you a bit of a highlight. No, an update. I'm going to give you an update of the Aquapraise, of how many. It's brand new, this gemstone. It is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. If there's any strands left, oh, it's so worth getting one. It is so worth getting one. 10 left, is that it? 10 left. It is. If you've only just tuned in and you've not yet seen this particular gemstone, now this one is brand spanking new to Jewellery Maker. It was actually only discovered in the last couple of years by Yarny, who I was very lucky to meet on a couple of occasions. It is a brand new variety of chalcedony, and it's a completely different colour, and that colour is natural. That colour is absolutely natural. It's been recognised by the GIA, and it's just spot on. It really is. It's a gorgeous gemstone. Get it now while you can. We did only start off with 81 of these. We're now down to our last, was it 10 you said, or 11? 10. Last 10 chances. Beautiful. Information for this one. Is that at the bottom of the screen? It's at the bottom of the screen, so if you want it, grab it. 10 remaining. And get a couple of the aquamarines while you're at it. 30 carats of aquamarine, gorgeous, 4mm rounds. Patricia's there, Susan's there, Kathleen's there, Jackie's got 2, well done my darling. Elaine's there, Sarah's there, Christine, Pauline, Ivy, Madeline, collector in Bristol, collector in Gloucestershire. Well done to all of you. Gorgeous. Now another item that I want to give you a bit of a heads up on, because I think there's about 15, am I right on that? I think there's only about 15 remaining. So, skulls. Bit of skullduggery. Oh, there's 8 of these, sorry, I said 15. My bad, I got that wrong. Oh, sorry, there is none of them remaining because there's a certain person who wants them. Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry.
Don't do it again.
Right, how many did it say? 8. There's 7 chances left. There we are, 7 chances left on. They're all amazing though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are fabulous. I'm sure they'll be back though. I'm sure they'll be back because they're going to be so popular.
They've been. I was going to say they've been so popular since they've been on that. I think.
Just how long you have to wait.
We'll definitely bring in more. They are gorgeous. In fact, why don't you message in to let us know? So far we've seen them in magnesite, in the agate, and also, what did you say? Lavakite, pyrite and clear quartz. So they're the ones you've seen so far. I would like to put my hand up and say, can we see petersite? Because that's traditionally one of the stones that is used for the skulls. Petersite. I'd like to see that.
I haven't seen that. I don't
Yeah, they
know
tend to
that.
make larger skulls. Petersite's very popular for it.
I'd like to see them in what's it called? Fool's gold.
Pyrite.
Pyrite. I'd like
I
to
think
see
we've done them in pyrite.
Pyrite, yeah.
Yeah, we've done them in pyrite.
Oh.
Is there any left? Oh no, they went. They sold out. So can we have them back then, please? There we are. So there was 8, 7, if Gemma's getting one. I don't know actually how many is remaining on that one, but I've got the magnesite for you as well, which was the second one that I bought to you. There's only 3 of these left. Sorry, Gemma.
Oh.
3 chances.
You never know, I might be lucky.
You might be lucky. You might actually get the black agates. You may get one of each, who knows?
Might.
So you've got your magnesite. I love the magnesite, I've got to say. I love the mottled effect that you get. It actually works so beautifully. It's almost...
It is very skull-like, isn't it?
It's creating the cranium, isn't it? The
Yeah.
little sections of skull that fit together.
Yeah, perfect.
There you go. Final few. Good luck on those ones. Good luck on those. Now I've got a little bit of a cheeky number for you. Jammers. Just because, you know, round it all up, brand new gemstone, couple of skulls in there as well. Why not bring another gorgeous gem? Diamonds. 8 carats as well. 8 carats of grey diamonds. I put these down as silver in fairness. They do look certainly silver, don't they?
Yeah, grey doesn't sound as nice as they look, does it?
No. Oh, there's actually named silver on there. There we are. On the website it says grey, so please ignore the website. The website is not doing it justice. They are certainly silver. And when you think about diamonds, you think of triple numbers, don't you? You think of 100 and something, £199, £120, £130. Not today. You're getting 8 carats of silver coloured diamond nuggets, 1x1 to 3x1 millimetres, 18 centimetre strand, and you're looking at a teeny weeny £30. Yeah, Gemma's head straight up. That was a meerkat moment.
It was.
It was a meerkat moment. Whoa, hold on, what are you doing? You said $23.95. Why are you changing it now? $24.95. Sorry, 29. Sorry, I was 23, 29. £24.95. So we've taken it lower than the $29.95 that it was, the £30. That is incredible.
It is.
Again, please do not go into a jeweller's and say, can I have 8 carats of diamonds for £25?
Don't think that'll happen.
I can just imagine the response. I kind of want to say, please do try it, just to see the response. It's not going to be favourable. You might not be allowed back in that shop again. Just warning you. Please don't try it, please. Yeah, I can just imagine the response on that. They are magic. Look at the sparkle that you're getting. They are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. One of the least considered prices that I've ever seen on diamonds. Like I said, normally you add an extra 100 to that price point and you'd expect to be paying it, wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. And just the thought of actually being able to say, I've got, I don't know, maybe if you got the emeralds from earlier on, emeralds and diamonds together. Perfect. Pearls and diamonds together. Perfect. Has someone actually said that? There we are. Samantha, we're on the same wavelength. I'm loving it. Can you put them with the emerald? Absolutely, my darling. Oh, hello. There you go.
What a combination.
That is gorgeous, isn't it? That is gorgeous. Yeah, the combination of those two. Perfect, spot on.
Yeah.
You don't get to see that on Jewellery Maker every day, do you? No. That's the thing, you just don't. I could look at that all day. Now I've got a message come through as well. Hello from M in Northampton. Oh, is that like James Bond, M? Hello, M. I don't know what to say now. I really don't. Lara, I love the way you're able to put on a voice which sounds like radio broadcast from the 1940s. Pretty cool. Oh, I do that. This is why I'm now thinking about it again. I can't do it. Hello, welcome back. Today we are mainly doing Out of Africa. Today I'm also joined by the lovely, lovely Gemma Crow, who when she gets together with her brother is known as an attempted murder? I'm never going to let you live that one down for saying that now.
Yeah, I know, but without the story, you know,
that's
we have to be careful, don't we?
Yeah. That's because the name is crow. What was it? A flock of crows?
A collection.
A collection.
A gathering
of crows is known as a murder. Because today we're doing the random facts. So if you do have any random facts for us, earlier on we had the fact of blue was originally the colour for girls and pink was originally the colour of boys. We got one here. Aisha says, random fact, Phil owns a blow-up suit and wore it for a Valentine's Day show. What kind of blow-up suit is that, Phil? You have a tuxedo. That inflates.
I did a dance routine dressed as a sumo once as a surprise.
Did you?
My sister and I choreographed a dance routine just as sumos, and we went out onto the stage. Broke onto the stage and did a dance, and the girls we were with didn't even know it was us.
Oh, wow.
One of them suddenly realised it was us. They just thought we were entertainment.
That is genius. Absolutely genius. Now I'm going to leave those there with you. I'm going to do some quick fire items for you now. I'm going to start off with some charms, some pencil charms with amethyst. So now we shall be doing pencil charms with amethyst. Ever so lovely. Work perfectly as earrings or also as a pendant. Now, they are fab. We've seen them in white quartz. We've seen them in a couple of different varieties of gemstone. Amethyst is still a classic though, isn't it? Still a classic. And it's a really rich, beautiful Zambian amethyst. Now, this is actually classed as smoky amethyst. I've never actually heard of that before, but you can actually see, can't you? So it's smoky amethyst is because you've got the slight cloudiness. Can you see that there? The cloudiness coming through.
I like that.
It is like wisps of smoke, and that's the beauty of quartz. Is one of the inclusions is known as a feather inclusion or a smoky inclusion, and that's the wisp of smoke that you're getting, that cloud.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
That wispy cloud. So you've got that smoky effect going through there. Oh, that one's even better. It's almost like a stormy night. Oh, it's a starry night, isn't it? Not stormy night. Oh dear.
It's one of my favourite songs.
I got it wrong, sorry.
Never forgive you.
Please. Please.
Okay then.
Thank you. So let's see price-wise on this. What can we do? 10 carats each, 3 pieces in total. Dun, da, da, da. We're not doing £12.95, although that would be fantastic. Going lower. £7.95. You could be charging that for one of them. In fairness, probably £15-16 if you wanted, probably more.
Yeah, easily.
Easily. It's almost like a pendulum, isn't it? That's what we mentioned with the clear quartz. You're looking at any kind of prices for pendulums. I've seen pendulums going for about £30 before.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that you put that on, you know, just on a chain and it would be £30.
Yeah.
Earrings, you're looking at more, aren't you, for the 2?
Well, there's the set right there. You've got the entire set, you've got 3. You can have the earrings and the pendant, all for one incredible price point. It's beautiful. Beautiful. 15 in baskets at the moment, so check those baskets out. Check them out. Get in my cart and check me out. Karen, well done to you, my darling. Tony, well done to you. Angela's got 2 of these, and so is Shar, well done to you. Sharon in Worcestershire, well done to you. Sorry. It's so tempting to do. I watched Ghostbusters the other day, and there was a little cameo role from, Ozzy. Sharon! He does say that comment as well. I think I'm having a flashback. It's genius. It's a really good film to watch, actually. Other films are also available. They are fab. They are absolutely fab. Janet, well done. Loads of you coming in for these ones. They are magic. And if you've never tried this before, you still have that 30-day money-back guarantee, of course. Although when you get these home, you're not going to want to. You're just not going to want to. Could you wire work with these? I suppose you could, couldn't you? You could wrap the top.
Yeah, you could wrap the top, or you could take the bail off.
Yeah.
And, you know, use that in something else and just use them as a pencil and wire the whole top if you wanted.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. And just also, like, they're so simple to use as well. It's just a chain on them, like you said.
Yeah, that's what I'd be tempted to wear it like that. Wear it
Yeah.
just as, with a long chain. Maybe a few other charms, you know, significant things. I mean, if amethyst is something that you're getting because it's significant to you in some way,
Yeah.
then you might want to have other sort of talismans and things like that on there too. So, yeah.
Love it.
Very
Absolutely
lovely.
love it. They are magic. I just keep staring at it. Sorry, if you hear me going quiet, it's just because I'm going, ooh. They are wonderful, and they work with the crystal shape as well. Obviously, you've got it faceted, so it's not the traditional crystal form, but you can see that the length of it, that would have been one crystal cut down to make those shapes. And of course, with a quartz, it is a bipyramid termination, so they've just overemphasised that bipyramid termination on these particular ones to make it more of a pencil point. It looks magic, doesn't it? Really is. Now, you're going to love these. I love these. I love these. They are heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy.
Oh my word.
Ta-da.
Oh wow.
Ta-da. I want to say these little droplets of joy, they're not little.
There's nothing little about them.
There's nothing little about these. They're huge. They are absolutely huge.
They are light pools, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. Let me just rock these back and forth to catch the light. But there they are. Every single one is magical. Some of these, can you see the copper effect that you're getting on that one? Oh, yes. So you are getting these fantastic Madagascan labradorite. Now, I have to say, the Madagascan labradorite really did just, I want to say shell-shocked us all, because we never expected anything to be quite as beautiful as this and quite as dramatic in the colour element. When you get that disturbance of light and you do get those fantastic colours coming through. I mean, it is strong, it is striking. Sometimes you can get labradorite that's a little bit wishy-washy, you get a tiny little bit of colour and that's it. Not with these. You've got that beautiful, almost a greeny grey, that mysterious look, and then when you get that pop of colour, you get that pop of colour. I mean, take a look.
That's not a pop, is it? That's a
No.
crash bang wallop.
Crash bang wallop.
That's amazing.
They are, and there you get the rainbow effects there as well. I don't know if you, there, look at that one. Oh. Magic. Absolutely sensational. Now on the web, £40. For 490 carats. I have seen smaller carat weights, and I mean really smaller carat weights in comparison to what you're seeing here, going for more than that. Labradorite is one of those gemstones that people will pay a lot for, won't they, because it's so magical, so beautiful. We're going to do a knock your socks off price on this one. It's your last chance to get it as well. Take a look at this one. Oh my life. £25, last chance to get it. Look at that there, that colour, that iridescence. It is incredible. I mean, those are the kind of colours you expect to see, and that kind of iridescence you expect to see in ammolite, which once upon a time was a shell creature. It's what you can expect to see in your parwa, which also a shell. This is not a shell. This is nothing like it. It's a mineral. It's part of the orthoclase family. It's feldspar. It's fantastic, and Mother Nature's kind of gone, do you know what, we'll take that colour from over there, we'll take that colour from over there, we'll pop it in this incredible display of gemstones and created one of the most beautiful gemstones of all time. And you're getting a whopping great big 490 carats of it, which is magic. There's no other way to describe it but magic. It's fantastic, isn't it? Gorgeous look. One of these is a pendant. You could make your money back, couldn't you?
Easily.
Look at all those blues coming through. Coppers coming through as well. And this is natural. That's the beauty. The light is actually disturbed and interfered with. Sounds wrong, but that's actually the terminology for it. It is interference. And there's a disturbance there that kind of splits the light, so it diffracts it, because you've got the different layers of the orthoclase. So you've got the different layers, and the light goes in, and it diffracts it, and then it splits the light, and then it diffracts it, and then one of them will go down a little bit further, and that'll diffract, and then it'll come back. And the interference is where two wavelengths of light are running by the side of each other, and if they coincide, then they sort of they emphasize each other. So that's why you get the blues. So the blues come out really strong. If they don't coincide and one wavelength is a different speed than the other, they will cancel each other out. So some colours are then lost, and that's why you get that wonderful array of colours. It's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Love it.
It's so fascinating.
Oh, gorgeous. Now I've got a box clasp for you. Hello. Sorry, I'm just eyeing up the strands. Box clasp. Beautiful box clasp with Zambian amethyst, which is actually octagon shaped step cut. Technically it's emerald cut because you've got the edges taken away. That's the difference with an emerald cut and a step cut. The emerald cut just has the ends cut off.
Oh.
There you go. This is fab, isn't it? I mean, look at the depth of that. 95 sterling silver, of course. 20 by 13 millimetres. And you're getting a 1.52 carat amethyst, which is 6 by 8. Now, there's your box clasp effect. You're actually getting 5.55 grams of 925 sterling silver in here. That is a lot.
Ever such a lot.
Yeah.
Deb said it would take her 3 days to make that when she was doing silversmithing.
Really?
Yeah, she said yesterday on the show it took 3 days to make the box clasp.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine that. We've got a friend who's a silversmith, and she says it takes a long time to actually get the work. And I don't think people actually realise when you, because everything these days is very much made en masse, isn't it? We kind of expect the lesser and lesser prices and cheaper items, and we kind of, our shopping habits have gone around that. You kind of forget the prices are there when they're more expensive, because actually the time it's taken to make, the effort it's taken to make, and we're really, I think now, starting to go back to the artisanal way of doing things, and we're starting to appreciate more the fact that everything can't be super speed now, here, yesterday. Sometimes things do need to take time. But in this instance, we've actually got the benefit of ready-made for you. So you can get that effect.
And you can invest your time in the bits that you really enjoy doing.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the threading and the chain mail or whatever you're going to put that into.
So instead of spending 3 days making the box clasp, get the box clasp ready-made and spend the time with the chainmail. It's fab. Now, we should be at £20 for this, which is a lovely price point for it. Pearls. I'm just throwing names at you now. Pearls. And I'm just, literally, with the 3 strands, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, 2 strands of pearls, maybe a centre of amethyst.
Yeah. Oh, nice, yes.
Very
I'd be
lovely.
tempted to have that at the front, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel about the lowest ever price?
I know they're fantastic prices as they are. You don't need to take it down, really.
See, Phil. He's been really naughty today, isn't he? £12.95.
Well, you know, where else?
This is it. £12.95. Where else can you get a price point like that?
The size of the amethyst as well. I mean, you wouldn't even get that as a loose gemstone.
Exactly. And how long did you do? 3 days, you said?
Well, Deb was saying that when she learned how to do it in silversmithing, it took her 3 days to produce, and she said it was the most traumatic experience.
Oh, bless her.
She's never done it again since. It was painstaking. So I can understand that.
You put that into context and you go, okay, so 3 days, let's say 8 hours a day, which is an average day, isn't it? And let's go for like minimum wage. How much should that be just for man hours? This is the reason you get the benefit here of this, because you don't have to put those man hours in. You personally don't have to. You can spend the time doing what you enjoy, do what you love, and make it look phenomenal. I know I wouldn't want to be spending 3 days making a box clasp.
No.
I'd want to be making the jewellery. That is fab. Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, exquisite.
Now we're going to stick with amethyst for a moment. This is the one that I was eyeing up when you lost me for a moment. I was just like, ooh. Coated amethyst. It's got a mystic coating on the top, almost a mystic coating. It's absolutely fantastic. It gives it a frosty effect as well. So it's Zambian again, but take a look at the effect that you get, because it is like it's been dipped in frosting.
Mm-hmm. I've worked with that one.
What's it like to work with?
It's beautiful. It's got so much impact. I put it with labradorite. What else? And silver pearls. It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine it with labradorite actually.
We made Christmas jewellery with it.
Oh, yeah, because it's got that frosty kind of feel.
Perfect for Christmas.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. That is magic. Absolutely magic. You've got an entire strand. It's 130 carats in total, and you're looking at 6x2 to 9x3 millimetres, 21 centimetres strand. Linda's got it in a basket straight away. Again, I don't blame you. I'd be right on it. Right on it. I'm just gonna hold it against the neckline as though it's just been restranded. Oh, that's cold. Ooh. £14.95. You've got a really gorgeous, unique look. You can see why it's been made into, well, you were making it into the Christmas jewellery.
Yeah.
It does look magic. It looks incredible. Chokers are coming back in now as well.
Oh, yeah. Chokers are big news.
Yeah. I've been waiting for that for 15 years. That was when I started. I loved chokers. I used to wear them all the time.
Yeah, I like chokers.
They are gorgeous.
That was my fact from the other day, actually.
Was it?
I made a choker, yeah. And your neck in a day can expand and get smaller by up to 2 inches.
Really?
So that's why it's important to have extenders on your chokers.
I never knew that.
Depending on what you're up to. Yeah.
So I'm assuming if you're more physical and you're running and that,
Yeah.
you're going to be breathing heavier, aren't you? So it's going to be.
Yeah, or stress, anxiety, excitement, anything like that.
Yeah, because tension's held in the shoulders, isn't it, in a lot of people? It is with me. I'm like, "Ugh." That's why I've always got a bad back. It's like, "Ugh." And driving as well. If you're in the same position for too long, that does kind of affect the shoulders and the neck. Oh, yeah, there we are. Random fact. Thank you very much. Have we had any more random facts? Is the question. Oh, not for a while. Need to get some more random facts in. Today we are finding out random facts. You can message in 60777. Oh, we got one. What shall we? Oh, Julie in the Isle of Wight. The Isle of Wight Zoo owners used to walk the tigers on a leash on Sandown Beach so they could have a paddle in the sea.
Blimey. They're brave.
That would have been amazing to watch from a distance.
Yeah.
To watch from a distance. It would be, wouldn't it? Love it. Now I've got another fact here. Well, hello. Russia has a larger surface area than Pluto.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
That is a good one.
That's a very good one.
Yeah.
Pluto must be... It was deplanetised, wasn't it? Is it still deplanetised? Have they actually done that? It's no... See, I loved Pluto as a planet.
Why?
You're a planet. Do you know what? No, actually, no. No, you're not. See, that's heightism again. You're not tall enough to be a planet. That's like saying to me, you are a person. Not now. You're a little bit too short.
Yeah. You are more gnome, to be honest, aren't you?
I am more known. I like fairy.
Fairy,
Yeah, I like fairy.
Pixie.
Pixie, I'll do a pixie. There we are. I'm more of a pixie. I think there was a reason why I was cast as Ariel in The Tempest. Now, did you say number what? I was going to say it's not there. What? There it is. Pink. Pink. Now this is not quartz. I got that wrong, do apologise. It's a shell. Completely opposite. Yes, you can be a quartz today. No, you're too shell to be quartz. Far too shell. So dyed pink shell, plain rounds, you're looking at 6mm. They are fab. Shell's lovely to work with because it's lightweight. It's lightweight, but you get a great lustre to it. And it has this, oh, there it is, look at that. Has this wonderful sheen to it. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think the light's catching it very well. But you do get sort of almost, it's not chatoyancy there. You can see that there, can't you? It's almost chatoyancy, but it's more of a pinpoint of light rather than actually a line of light. It does look fab, doesn't it? It's got that. And again, just accenting gemstones. Put it with quartz, perfect with quartz. Put it with blues. Put it with chalcedonies.
Put it with black. Makes it quite sassy. Black and sort of that it's like hot pink, isn't it? But it's not quite on fire. It's sort of more subdued. I think that's nice together.
Yeah, they look fab. They do look fab.
Yeah, smoky quartz and pink are great together as well, because it sort of tones it down, makes it a little bit more, takes it from girly to
sophisticated.
Lady, yeah. So yeah, amazing.
£1.95.
Oh well.
You're having a giraffe, aren't you? He's having a giraffe. He is. £1.95. Balmy.
£1.95, just give it to the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Let them put it with mud even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doesn't matter.
We're making mud pies again today. Here's a cherry to go on top. Yeah. We were talking yesterday about the fact that we had a strand of nuggets and it was more affordable to get the strand of nuggets to gravel your fish tank than it was to get the gravel. From I was going to say fish shop, but that's not the right, from a pet shop.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, I think it was like £1.95 for the strand, and it was £15 if you wanted to get the gravel. treat your gem. So treat your fish.
Madness.
£1.95. It is, and again, it is a summer holiday. So if you are thinking of keeping the kids entertained in any way, shape, or form, why not jewellery making? Why not jewellery making, indeed?
They love it.
Bit of stretchy elastic on that.
Yeah. Even my niece and nephew, they're 3, they'll sit and thread. My nieces and my nephews, they'll sit and thread for hours.
Yeah.
Just threading beads on elastic.
It's something that keeps you happy as well, doesn't it? Yeah. Samantha's messaged in, guinea pigs are not from Guinea, and they are not related to pigs.
Oh.
So what? Why are they called guinea pigs? They do make the bizarrest noises, guinea pigs do.
Apparently they taste really good. But they eat them in Peru, like we eat chicken here.
Do you know, I wouldn't mind trying that. I wouldn't mind trying horse as well.
Ooh. Okay.
Is that too far?
You probably have, to be honest.
Well, yeah, no, in fairness, yeah, we unbeknown to ourselves, we probably already have. Got another message. Moving swiftly on. On Jupiter and Saturn, it rains. On Jupiter and Saturn, it rains diamonds.
Wow.
And there are more fake flamingos in the world than real ones. You counted them all.
Oh, that's a great fact.
There we are. I'm going to leave that strand there with you, as it's sort of flamingo coloured almost. Now, I've got some pyrite. So, Deb Briggs has messaged in. You do realise my guinea pig watches this show. He's now very upset.
Sorry, Deb.
Deb, my darling,
Luckily
if your guinea pig's watching
Peruvian.
right now, we didn't necessarily mean you personally. Just if Gemma ever comes round to visit, hide. Hide.
It is normal in Peru.
Run. Run for your life. And if she mentions the word barbecue, definitely hide. So we're looking at 70 carats of pyrite, beautiful plain rounds, 4 mil. 4 mil.
Very useful strand.
What would you do with it?
It's great when you're doing, for me, I love metals in jewellery, and so sometimes I don't want to add an element of colour or gemstone. I just want to keep it all very metallic, and so those are perfect because they're metallic and gemstone. And that size is great because you can just dot them around and accent things and accentuate shapes. Perfect for me, those. A staple.
Yeah, your jewellery is amazing. You do work with metal so well, and you tend to combine the colours so perfectly together as well, don't you?
I try.
You do. You don't try. There's no trying about it. You definitely do. You get it spot on. I love it. £2.95.
An essential, I'd say.
Stash builder. Even if you never worked with metal before, maybe you prefer to use monofilaments or the beading threads or the elastic. Try metals, try the colours like you're seeing here. I mean, if you're going for sort of masculine jewellery as well, it's fantastic for that. It's great for your vintage jewellery, it's great for your steampunk. I'll always go back to steampunk because it's one of my favourites. Sort of movements. I love the kind of colours and the cogs and everything. This is kind of associated with the Victorian era, isn't it? And the grandeur that you get running up into the 1920s as well. Perfect, really, really perfect. And it's just so beautiful to have those 4mm. It's a lovely size to work with.
It's a perfect size. They're discreet if you want them to be, but they can be an impact as well.
Yeah, exactly. It just depends on what you put them with, I suppose, doesn't
absolutely.
it?
Yeah, or how you arrange them. You know, in clusters, they've got a big statement on their own.
Yeah, exactly.
And just on their own, they make nice punctuation for a piece. You know, like little full stops. Are perfect. Perfect.
I like the weightiness of them as well because they're actually of the cubic structure, so just like diamonds, just like your gold, which is cubic, and silver, which is cubic, it's got a weightiness to it, which is lovely.
Yeah, especially if you're working with your polymers and things and fabrics, you need that weight, excuse me, to sort of balance it all. Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. I love it, I do. I love it, love it, love it. So do you. Sarah's there, Joan's there. I've got Durant there as well. Gillian, Mark, Alexandra, Pauline, Elaine, Kim, Tracy, Kerry, Karen, loads of you. Loads and loads and loads and loads of you. Well done to all of you. It's fantastic. You've got this amazing, amazing quality to it, and the colour, perfect. £2.95. That is nothing, isn't it?
No.
Love it. Well done, my lovely, if you got a hold of that one. Now, next. Ooh. I'm going to go for box number 11, but I'm having a nosy in the corner. Now, I nearly lost it then. So we've got a spacer for you. Hello. There you go. Spacers are always ideal. Now, if you are, I mentioned pearls a little bit earlier on, if you are working with pearls, spacers are fantastic at the moment. If you look at the sort of fashions for wedding jewellery, it's all about the different strands, all about the different, how many layers you can get into it and how many, so you have the shorter strands and longer and longer and longer with a cascade effect. This one, you've got topaz in there as well, so you get a little bit of bling. You're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. 5 hairs on this one. What would you do? Because you can actually use it as a pendant, can't you? You can actually
use it just as a very, very elegant pendant. That'd be lovely. And you can just use one gemstone either side. So if you've got a rondelle and it's sit nice and snug next to the side, you can just put a line of gemstones either side.
Nice.
But just weaving through. Or you can use them brilliant in cuff bracelets, I find, because they keep the gems all spread. Because on a bracelet, it tends to all gather around your wrist.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Because they're all the same length. A necklace, you can get that by graduating the length, but a bracelet you can't. So you need to space them with a spacer bar.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Earrings as well, if you wanted to, just loop around the top.
They'd look fantastic as earrings, actually, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they really would. They are gorgeous. Now, it should be £12.95. But we're not doing that today. Shall we do the lowest price it's ever been to? Oh, let's just do it. Let's just do it. How about £5.95? That sounds amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
It's incredible. incredible.
£5.95. When you think about that for a moment, could you go to a jeweller's and get yourself a topaz pendant for £5.95?
Not a chance.
Not a chance. Perfect comment on that one, not a chance. Grab yourself a couple if you can. I mean, we did just mention the idea of them as earrings. All you need to do is get yourself a shepherd's hook, attach it. You don't need to do anything else if you don't want to.
No.
They look fab. In fact, if you got 3 of them, you could have the pendant and the earrings all together. Perfect. Lots of multi-buys on this one. Davina's actually got 3, so maybe you're going to go for the whole suite. Pippa's there with 2 as well. Candy's got 4. They are lush. If you are making wedding jewellery, a great, great, great addition. Absolutely. And a little treat for yourself as well. Love the look of that. It's magic, isn't it? Oh, look at those. See, I even like just those holes on their own.
Yeah.
Just as like a statement piece.
That's it. If it twisted, you wouldn't mind, would you? It's then got that contemporary look.
No, it has that sort of an urban feel to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Definitely.
Does look fab.
What's it? Is the hallmark on the back or on the bottom?
Very good question. Which is where I wish I had my... Oh, right at the bottom there. There we are. I was about to say it's where I wish I had my glasses and I actually could see that.
So that is nice. I mean, I love having a hallmark on a piece, but I like it when it's discreet, you know, tucked out of the way like that.
Yeah, because you don't want a big stamp all the way down the middle of the nice piece of jewellery you've got.
No, I mean, sometimes it's unavoidable, but when you've got something like that, it is nice because then it doesn't matter which way it flips. You're not going to have, you know, it's all about your design, not about the...
Yeah, absolutely.
About the extra bits, you know, that you don't necessarily want to see.
That is gorgeous. Now, I'm gonna grab a hold of the spinel because we gave you the challenge.
Oh, you did.
I don't know why I'm singing to you.
It's not been a challenge, to be honest. It's been a pleasure.
Has it not?
No. I've just sat here and relaxed for the last 4 hours.
Chilled, relaxed.
But yeah.
They are fab. You do make things ridiculously quickly.
Yeah, that seems to happen here. It doesn't happen at home, I'm sure.
Really?
I'm always saying, it takes me hours to do my kits, but it does.
These are fab. And I've been watching you just doing these.
Yeah.
Was it this one you were doing?
Yeah, that's the wax Y cone, the maxi, the biggest one that we do. You might find those on the website, but that's what I was saying. You can, you know, they then look like that whole sphere is like the bottom, and you can't see how it's attached. It's like magic, you know. It's
a really beautiful look. Really, really beautiful look. You got the ring from earlier, and then you made the bracelet, and then was it the earrings or the?
It was earrings that came next, and then a slightly bigger version because they're graduation as well. You can pick your largest one for your pendant. In fact, I did pick the largest one, put it in the ring, but.
Well, it still works though, because if you have that as a suite, that's a gorgeous suite of jewellery.
Yeah, it's a good set.
Very good set.
That's me sorted Saturday night.
Oh wow, done.
Yeah.
Really, really impressed.
I've got loads left as well, look.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got 8 here that I was just making some clusters with.
Oh,
that I've wrapped up. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So another 4 pairs of earrings and a pendant maybe, or another 9 rings, you know, loads of potential.
And you've made a massive bracelet there as well, which is lovely.
Yeah.
So I've got a recap as well for you for the chrysoprase. Aquaprase.
It's gorgeous,
Not
isn't
chrysoprase, aquaprase. It is absolutely stunning. Brand new gemstone, only discovered in the last couple of years. It is stunning, 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 stunning. And we're down to our final few. It's the very first time it's aired. I don't know if we're going to get any more in again. I've no idea. I hope so, because it's a gorgeous gemstone and you've absolutely loved it. You've absolutely loved it, 100%. Now here's a little example of what you can do with it. Thank you, my darling. There you go, which is a gorgeous little bracelet there. I'd still be tempted to just keep it as a strand, but that's me. There's a gemstone collector talking there.
It is lovely. It's the bubbles, though. It is lovely like that.
Yeah.
And you'll really enjoy it because you'll be able to see it on your wrist all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Bracelets mean you can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Necklaces, not so much. You can't see them, can you?
No. No, I suppose not.
These are fab. I love wearing necklaces though.
Yeah.
Always have, always will.
Yeah.
So you've got a beautiful, beautiful look on that one. Make sure you're checking your baskets out. There's still quite a lot of you who have got it in there. That's 15 people. There are less than 15 available. So all I can say is good luck. Now, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure today.
Yeah, it's been a lovely day.
Yeah, it's been
Thank you
really,
for
really,
having me.
really brilliant. Thank you for sending in your random not quotes.
Facts.
Random facts. Now, I'm going to be with you for another hour. I don't know who's following on after me. Is it Zena again?
Oh, bless.
Oh, bless little cotton socks. Zena's coming on again after this. In fact, I'll be there and then I'll see you in a minute.